3 Vaughn Road in the Perpetual Shopping Center. So come see us at Marguerite's. Let us make all your rings look like the day you bought them.
Visit Marguerite's now through August 5th for your complimentary rhodium and polish.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things that you think you could not do before.
What the hell are we doing here?
We are behaving the way a superpower ought to behave.
Well, our behavior has produced some crappy results.
If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on Earth.
After damning politicians uphill and down dale for many years as rogues, vagabonds, frauds, and scoundrels, I sometimes suspected, like everyone else, I often expect too much of them.
I'll never forget my old dad. When these things would happen to him, the things he'd say to me.
What did he say?
What the hell are you doing in the bathroom day and night? Why don't you get out of there? Give someone else a chance.
Stop playing with it.
Joey Clark.
Welcome into News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader, my trusty sidekick, is here.
How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. A little hot.
Yeah, good to see you today.
See you.
And Sky Mosley, we got to get another camera, but he's off camera, but on mic.
You took me off the live feed.
You want to swap up?
No.
Yeah, you can be right in front of me. You were pretty bashful about it. And speaking of bashful, I didn't know how I wanted to begin today because it's a free-for-all Friday. And, of course, in the top news is, Trump is going to vow to continue campaigning, even if he is sentenced, even if he is convicted and sentenced, which is amazing. 4 more charges brought by the special counsel Jack Smith, not in relation to January 6th, but more in the documents case.
Okay.
Remember that audio clip that was making the rounds of Trump saying, "Can you believe it? When I was president, I could have declassified this, can't do it now. But here, this is what they wanted me to do.
You know,
they wanted me to attack Iran."
You hate to say it, but the man's a little bit boastful, is he not?
Oh, a little bit.
Okay. All right.
That's nothing.
That's not out of character.
Right. So that's going on. More of that. And now Kevin McCarthy is floating the idea of an impeachment inquiry, which the press took. Oh, he's going to impeach Biden. He's like, blah, blah, blah. Do you not understand what an inquiry is?
Inquiry.
It's not a full-on impeachment by any means.
Yeah.
Oh, and in other news, did you see the spat between Kevin McCarthy and Eric Swalwell?
I did not.
You didn't?
I did not.
No, I missed that one.
Okay. Well, it's quite a thing. The long and short of it, I mean, they got into it on the House floor, and then behind the scenes, in the office space, apparently they got into it.
Mm-hmm.
But Eric Swalwell apparently called Kevin McCarthy
Really?
Yeah, and he didn't just say meow.
He said meow, meow?
Yeah, he might have been like...
Yeah.
Oh. It's a 2-syllable word.
Oh, wow.
That reminds people of cats.
I see.
And so that's in big news today. But I think a good way to start is, what's this new thing? Like, can you imagine? You're both married. I'd have to imagine it. I'm still a bachelor.
Yeah. Thanks for that reminder, Joe.
I don't have a ball and chain.
I'm going to Jamaica soon, Joey.
Yeah.
No, but y'all are both married, right?
That's right. That's correct.
Right.
Currently, yes.
Okay, so can you imagine going home to your lovely wives and be like, instead of saying, "Baby, you look beautiful today," or "Honey, you look, gorgeous," or "Sugar pie, did you do something different with your hair?" Or like you said, "Honey, just seeing you here in this moonlight, you're redefining beauty standards."
Wow. Let me write that down. Hang on.
And I thought of this because Bashful Sky over there, Bashful's one of the 7 dwarves, right?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So it's sleazy. I mean, sneezy.
Yeah, and so they're remaking Snow White, and I saw a picture of Snow White, and I can't remember the actress's name. Sorry. But then the evil witch.
Is it a chick this time for
it's
real?
a chick.
Okay.
And she's not like dog ugly. She's not like put a paper bag over it.
Joey.
What's that coyote ugly standard? I mean, the things fell. I'm just telling the truth. This is what guys say behind the scenes.
Double bagger?
She's not a. Now that's too far, Eddie. That's way too far.
See what he got you to do.
Right.
No, I would say that she's she's not ugly. Like, I'd date her, but it's not like a. It's not, but she's also.
Standards.
You wouldn't bring her home to mother?
Oh
Is
no,
that
I
what
would too. Like if she has
a
a stellar personality.
Yeah.
But yes, it's not all about looks when it comes to me. But this isn't about me. She's an average-looking woman.
Okay.
Is the idea?
Sounds lovely.
And next to her, superimposed, the evil witch is being played by Gal Gadot. You know, Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah.
Who is a 10. She's not a mid.
No, she's
She's
smoking hot.
fireworks on the floor. Yeah, she's very good looking.
Smoking hot.
And so, isn't the premise of Snow White is that the evil witch is jealous of Snow White's looks?
That would sound about right.
No, that's correct.
In the
a big issue in the
in the
story.
female world, I
Right.
would have to go 100% yes on that.
Right. And
mirror, mirror on the wall.
Right.
and yet, who's the fairest of them all, right?
That's how it goes.
And
Who's the strongest pimp of them
if
all?
this is the casting, I think when you say mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all, the mirror's going to be like, you still, queen. Like, you're still the fairest. There's a Snow White bird. She's in town hanging out with the dwarves. That aren't even dwarves in the remake.
Really?
And they had something to do with Peter Dinklage. Oh, is that how it is, Peter? You get a huge role in Game of Thrones, and then you strangely play a giant in Infinity War, which is just the
kinda weird,
oddest
but
thing.
all right, whatever.
You play an angry elf in Elf, and you get upset about it. You get all these dwarf roles,
Yeah.
and now he's all of a sudden like, well, we want to redepict what dwarves are.
So you put a bunch of them out of work?
Yeah,
You
so
just
now
hired
it's like
average people?
Unintended consequences.
Yeah.
Strike again.
But you know, God love this actress who's playing like Snow White.
Okay.
I hope some of these young actresses or actors, they get caught up in these crap storms of politics and the culture wars.
Oh, sure, sure.
But I can't imagine, because this is what people are saying. It's like she is redefining beauty standards for our age.
gotta look this
I'm like,
up.
you could just call me ugly. You could just call me a mid if you like. Like, I don't think, would any woman appreciate that?
Not into that context. No.
Maybe
I
I'm
don't think so.
like, I have a unique ability to repel women. So I don't know.
How do you do it?
Right. I just have no, I have no clue.
Oh, wait a minute. That chick ain't that bad. Snow White?
Yeah, but compared to Gal Gadot, that's what I mean. She's not that bad, but they're like acting like this is the biggest deal in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little like when somebody, if I say, Eddie, you're as handsome as Brad Pitt, you
I
know
am.
I'm full of crap, right?
Either that or you owe me some money. But yes.
Yes.
I see
Yeah.
what you're saying here, because they are both similarly pretty, but one is just stunningly beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, the one who's supposed to be stunningly beautiful in Snow White is Snow White. That's where the witch gets jealous and all this.
That's the premise of the story.
And yet they're going to force this down our throats that this is the way it's going to have to be.
Although I will say, Joey, the Snow White character is much younger.
That's, whoa. Maybe I'm off base then. Are you telling me that women of a certain age become, let's say, envious and jealous
Now we're
at
gonna
the
have
sign of
another
a
problem.
youthful
Yes, they do.
woman?
But also women of a certain age become incredibly beautiful when they
Oh,
reach
I
that
I
certain
agree.
age.
I agree with you there. Like,
I mean, so true.
yeah.
That's true.
Like,
Absolutely.
But they do have that kind of
like fine wine.
yeah, they do have that bitter kind of pill in them when it comes to somebody younger and hotter coming up the chain there.
Baby, you're like my 1973 Cuban cigar I got in that humidor. Well, it's not quite the same thing.
See why you're single. See why we're single.
Anyway, anybody going to go see any of these Disney productions?
Hell no.
No, man.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of this stuff either.
No.
Like, I mean, and I'm done with The Little Mermaid. Not because of the actress they cast, but I'm tired of that story. I want to go where the people are. The people suck. That was your mistake. Say in the ocean. I can tell you, Ariel, from covering politics all the livelong day, you're better off under the sea. Not going for some Prince Charming on land. He's going to break your heart and then invade your country. It's probably what's going to happen.
Wow.
The people are awful.
I agree with you, but wow.
Anyway, there's plenty more to get to, but I just wanted to kick off the show with that small cultural gripe of mine. It was annoying me. I just want people to be like honest. Don't put an ugly person or a fair to middling person in front of me and be like, most beautiful person on earth. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't agree.
Joey, beauty is very subjective.
Yeah.
To my mom, I'm the most beautiful man alive.
Yeah.
To most women, what the heck's going on with that guy?
Let's go to Red Top. Hey, Red Top.
Red Top.
Hey, the last thing I'm concerned about is how beautiful a damn man is in front of me. I look at the other ones, by the way. And Joey, I know this is late in coming, and this is news you probably gave me 2 months ago, but damn it, yesterday I got a pint of the Java Joe ice cream.
Oh, that was good stuff.
Yeah, it is good stuff.
Oh, gosh, this is the first time I've seen it. It really kicks butt, man. And I'm a coffee ice cream freak since I was a little kid because my uncle was in the coffee business. So, Lord, that stuff is good, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And, hey, here's a good question, maybe for Sky, too, about music. How do you know how big an orchestra's budget is?
Okay.
Are we doing dad jokes today? But how do you know how big orchestra's budget is?
Yes. By how many string bases they have.
Okay. Legitimate question.
That's not even a joke.
No, it's a fact.
No, it's not a joke.
It's a fact,
reality.
Joey.
And let me tell you, the guy who holds the record for the most string bases in a performance is Felix Mendelssohn, the German master composer. This guy loves bass more than any other composer, and I'll be damned if he didn't carry 12 in his orchestra.
Wow.
Are you like, I'm appreciating the trivia, and that's fascinating about Mendelssohn, but are you high right now?
Of course not. I never am high when I'm working, buddy. I have to do precise work at 40 feet.
That's a good rule, then.
So,
don't want you to fall off any ladders.
Yeah, no. I'm smarter than that. I was hoping you'd realize that by now, but I guess...
we always have to keep checking, and you keep checking on me.
Now, next thing, I'm very concerned about Donald Trump. As of yesterday, with the latest charges brought up, this nasty is a nice word to say about this bunch up there. And Coach Tuberville, of course, his Justice Department is the same as the rest of ours, and I was very impressed with how frank he was with his opinion. But at this point, guys, I'm concerned for Donald Trump's life.
For his life?
Life.
Yes.
L-I-F-E.
Right.
I said, for his life, yeah.
Yeah. And I've heard many and more people say he is not going to be president under any circumstances, no matter what. And that is extremely dangerous. I have to say I've been disappointed in my government many times, but this really puts the icing on the cake because here's one of the greatest candidates and presidents we've ever had. And, you know, his head's on the chopping block. And I don't see how he takes it, gentlemen.
I don't either.
He's saying he's going to fight on, even if he's sentenced. He's going to continue to campaign.
And he will.
Yeah, he will, no doubt.
Well, everything they're charging him with is severe stretching of the laws, and I guarantee every damn thing he kept was incriminating to the federal government. You know, that's a no-brainer. He's got a bunch of crap on these guys that they do not want to let out. And so, you know, yesterday the new charges were about something he told somebody to erase some phone calls or destroy some documents. Lord knows what kind of blackmail the FBI is pulling on these poor people that are surrounded. So we need to pray Donald Trump because he needs our help. I know he's a billionaire, but I don't even want anybody like that you don't like to even be abused like that by a huge federal government.
Well, I appreciate the call.
That's it. Well, time go Trump. Thank you, guys.
See you right top.
Let's go to Eric. Hey, Eric.
What up, Eric?
Brother man, Joey, how you doing?
Doing all right. How you doing?
Ain't no need in complaining. I'm going to tell you, I don't mean to rub it in your face, but the Dairy Queen banana split sure tastes good right now, buddy. I don't mean to throw it at you.
Wait, are you talking about the ice cream or something else?
Oh, the banana split. They got it to Dairy Queen. You need to try it. Oh, my goodness. You get your little fudge, hot fudge on it. Anyway, that's not why I called.
2 ice cream calls to start the show.
I know.
Right. Fat boy over here starting to drool.
Wait, I got to ask the other question that I asked Red Top. Are you high?
Not yet.
Okay. All right.
But honest man, fun.
I talked to Sky earlier, and buddy, you know damn well, and that you know all this crap going on with Trump and the Bidens. You know, everybody knows the end result. I mean, look at the Clintons. I mean, come on, man. Let's go to the Obamas. This guy mysteriously was out waterboarding or whatever the hell that was.
Paddleboard.
8 foot of water. He bumps his head.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. How much more proof do we need? But the bad part, my brother, is these very people that know the facts are going to vote Democrat again.
Regardless.
Oh, yeah.
You know, in these crime-ridden cities like Chicago, I was just up there last week for a week and a half, and it was horrific. When we was working right off the Miracle Mile, I called in earlier, and let me tell you something, brother. When you have to have security at the restaurant, we were installing equipment to watch your truck out in the alley, armed security, by the way, and the truck was locked, but it still didn't matter. Had it not been for the security, they would have tore the damn doors off and went in there and robbed all the equipment. I mean, that's how bad Chicago is. Horrible. Mm-hmm. It is absolutely. But now, you know the bad part, though? There's good parts of Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
There is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Chicago River, I mean, it is absolutely gorgeous.
Well, no, and I think people are going to look back at this time, and especially say you're West Coast, or say the person that could afford to live at a high rise in Chicago, and they're very progressive in their ideology, and they're up on the latest way to be compassionate to folks. And it's like, wait, you probably make hundreds of thousands, not millions of dollars a year, and you love all the donations you give out to all these special projects, all the things you advocate for, but there are people literally shooting up, defecating and urinating on the street by the hundreds, if not the thousands, and you're acting like your city's doing so great.
Oh, I know. Well, when we were going, I can't remember Michigan, or the Miracle Mile. I think Michigan Avenue or something. Anyway, we got past a luxury section on the Miracle Mile where all the damn the lakefront condos, like 60 stories. It was like 4 buildings. I mean, it was phenomenal. It was awesome. And then when you get past that, you go like 2 blocks, there's the slum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you go like 2 more blocks, and it picks back up to the nice. I'm thinking, why can't they develop that little section right in there? There's like 4 blocks. I don't understand it.
And it's like, at the end of the day, it's out of sight, out of mind. We can keep it contained, but you've got kids killing kids on the street.
Yep.
And you act like, well, the only way to deal with this is to demonize the NRA and gun owners of America. It's just bull crap.
Right.
Hey, throw me in for Sweet Creek, please.
We are no longer doing that. They're no longer a sponsor.
Still throw me in.
Hey.
Again, are you? You little...
Not yet.
I'm more likely to win it.
Put you down for the big prize this week.
Yeah, I was about to say, you kind of sound high as draft tongue.
Right on, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, anyway, y'all, you know, I was so glad to get back to Montgomery. I was, you know, I know we have crime here.
Sure.
But nothing compared to what I saw.
Oh,
I mean,
bet.
I've been to Chicago. That was the first time.
Right.
I've been to the Big Apple 3 times, well, 4 times, actually. And I expected that. And I expected Chicago to be pretty well messed up, just like because they led the nation last year in homicides. So I expected that. But when you have to have your truck guarded by the restaurant security staff,
that's crazy.
with a pistol, damn, I thought I was in Iraq, Baghdad.
Right. Well,
You know,
they call it Chirac for a reason. I got to run, Eric. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Eric.
272-9228. Before we hit this break, tell us about the Alabama Gazette, Sky.
I'd love to. The Alabama Gazette is your hometown conservative newspaper, published right here in beautiful downtown Montgomery for over 23 years. Under the banner of God, family, and country. The Alabama Gazette also publishes Tidbits, the games, quiz, trivia, puzzle magazine that's highly popular. You can find the Gazette and Tidbits at many fine business establishments. My tongue is falling down the stairs, Joey. Dust that off. Fine business establishments throughout the area, and really covers all of central Alabama. And right now, an employment opportunity awaits you at the Alabama Gazette. A rare opening for a print layout artist, also in need of general office help. Excellent opportunity for someone retired, semi-retired, or especially if you are a writer of sorts, someone would like to have your work looked at by real professionals, perhaps even published. This could be your big break. So take this number down, 657-7736. The Alabama Gazette is hiring, 657-7736.
Appreciate that, Sky. We'll be right back, folks. More news and views in the afternoon on a Friday. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Kia of Auburn is celebrating our 10th anniversary the entire month of July. Thank you to all the customers who trusted us with your vehicle needs. Stop by our dealership and see all the different 2023 Kias we have in stock and register for some great prizes like a 3-day, 2-night stay in Panama City Beach, tickets to Six Flags, Alabama Adventure and Splash Park, Wild Animal Safari, a big screen TV, and much more. Registration is quick and you don't have to be present to win. Kia of Auburn, where you are always number one.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Upside, the free app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes. I get real cash back just for buying the gas I was going to buy anyway.
But is it a hassle to use?
No. It's super fast and easy, and I can cash out whenever I want.
That's a total no-brainer. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HEAT for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code HEAT. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HEAT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HEAT.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
If you think the only job at a broadcast station is in front of a microphone, you're missing some great opportunities. The broadcasting industry in Alabama is thriving and offers exciting career opportunities in many areas, including advertising sales, promotions, news, business administration, engineering, and more. Learn about these career opportunities by visiting the Alabama Broadcasters Virtual Job Fair this week at broadcastersvirtualjobfair.com. This job fair will provide information about jobs available in the broadcast industry, as well as specific positions here at Blue Water Broadcasting. You'll have the opportunity to apply for great jobs online and begin your career in Alabama's exciting broadcast industry. Minorities and women are strongly encouraged to visit us. Stop by the Alabama Broadcasters Job Fair, brought to you by Blue Water Broadcasting at broadcastersvirtualjobfair.com.
Finally, the Toyota store that gives you more. The all-new Toyota of Montgomery is here with all-new management, all-new team, and all-new great attitude. Get more from your Toyota store. Over 400 new Toyotas are coming in hot and filling up our lot. Get your favorite new Toyota model, like the 2023 Toyota Camry, Corolla, RAV4, Highlander, Tacoma, Tundra, and more. All with our lowest grand opening prices and biggest grand opening savings right now. And come see how our new team is committed to serve Montgomery and give you the best service in the River region. And we'll always pay you more money for your trade-in. Find out how much and schedule an appraisal online at ToyotaMontgomery.com. You get more. You save more. A lot more. Get your new Toyota today before someone else does. And discover the all-new way to buy a Toyota at Toyota Montgomery. Shop online at ToyotaMontgomery.com.
The premier place the River Region turns to for news, weather, traffic, and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader in the house.
What's up, buddy?
Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, man.
And Sky Mosley here.
Rock and roll.
Off camera, but we're all streaming live
I'm
here.
really here.
Yeah, if you haven't heard yet, we're streaming live on Facebook, on my Facebook, on News Talk's Facebook, on Twitter, at the Joey Clarkers at x.com now. But
yeah, it's X. Did your app change like overnight?
The app hasn't changed for me yet.
Mine did.
Android did.
Yeah.
iPhones haven't changed
So
quite
when I
yet.
saw it, I forgot about the whole X thing.
Right.
I thought, I got a virus and it's a porn app right here. Because it just says X. And I was like, so I hit it.
Yeah, were you disappointed?
I went right into being Twitter.
But one of the big items that got people's attention was the impeachment that Kevin McCarthy is now floating. It's just an impeachment inquiry. We'll get to that in a second. Another piece of news, Red Top saying he's worried about Donald Trump's life.
Dude, there's a lot of that going on.
Well, did you
man.
see what had just happened with RFK Jr.?
No.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
they
I saw
are
that on the way here
denying
this morning,
him.
yeah.
The Secret Service are denying him security. Now, it's not the Secret Service who makes that decision. It's the Biden White
It's
House.
The Biden, yeah. So wait. You're telling me the Biden White House is kind of trying to eliminate its competition yet another way?
Yes, exactly. So here is the directly from the horse's mouth, RFK Jr. Since the assassination of my father in 1968, talking about Bobby Kennedy, candidates for president are provided Secret Service protection, but not me. Typical turnaround time for pro forma protection requests from presidential candidates is 14 days. After 88 days of no response and after several follow-ups by our campaign, the Biden administration just denied our request. Homeland Secretary Mayorkas.
Oh boy, I'm so ready for him to go.
Had this to say, quote, I've determined that Secret Service protection for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is not warranted at this time. Our campaign's request included a 67-page report, writes RFK Jr., from the world's leading protection firm, detailing unique and well-established security and safety risks aside from the commonplace death threats.
Okay, so this is the same jackass who says the border is closed, right? So why would we believe anything he says? Why is he still in that job?
Well, we're still after the break. We've got Mayorkas being grilled, and then after that, after we see what happened yesterday, the last couple days, and just how miserable this guy is. Because you're right, they're not solving the problem. They're managing the
They're
problem.
not even doing that.
It's like we're managing the Ukraine problem, manage the Afghanistan problem. We're managing the healthcare problems, and we're managing the bank. We're just managing everything. And just trust us, we're doing it for your own good. But then after we play what happened with Mayorkas in the Congress over the last few days, we're going to do a, little history lesson. Recent modern history, all the way back after September the 11th. I believe it was a thing written in 2002 by then Congressman Dr. Ron Paul. You're right, folks. If you guessed it, Ron Paul was right again.
What?
And he was called all sorts of names. He hates America. He's unpatriotic, all this stuff. But he was one of the few voices in the wilderness that said, hey, this Homeland Security thing y'all just started up, bad idea. Real bad idea. Well, we'll go down that memory lane in a second. First, this part of the program brought to you by Bath Innovations of Alabama. And I think we're like in the final days now.
Should be.
Of this potential 25% off the Alexis walk-in bathtub system. Now, this is not your normal walk-in bathtub.
Not at all normal.
What distinguishes a walk-in bathtub?
Basically, it would just be a safety door to get you in and
Right.
get you out.
You can step
probably
in and
a
out.
shower handle, probably a grab handle.
And
That's
it
it.
seals tight, and those aren't bad, but this thing does a lot more than that.
That's the deluxe version there, Joey.
Oh, my goodness. Here, I'm going to hand you, like, our little cheat sheet here.
All
It's
right.
like a little brochure, folks. Let's explain to the folks all the different therapies the Alexis walk-in bathtub has.
It has 5 standard therapies to begin with.
Okay.
All right. First, we're going to look at the hydrotherapy jet massage. Now,
I could use that.
Right. It sounds just like what it is, and I believe there's several of them in there. I think there's a total of 10 water jet massages in there. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, like the other day when I was working out in the yard all day, man, my body was sore. A massage, like a jet massage like that, would have been great to kind of bring it all back. One of the other great features it has, I like it, is the air bubble therapy.
Ooh.
Now, my little inflatable hot tub has this, but not on any kind of level that this thing does.
It has, what, 18 jets?
18 jets. So it's like you're taking a champagne hot tub spa.
And apparently that helps with circulation and buoyancy, so you feel weightless.
And it kind of tickles, too, I'm going to be honest. It tickles a little bit there, too. Yeah, it's like an effervescence, if you would.
But then what else do they got on this
Well,
thing?
we got, of course, the aromatherapy that you brought up. And there's ozone therapy and purification, which purifies the water and I believe the air conditioned there in the room and kind of eliminates all your bacteria and viruses. And also, your big thing that you like is UL approved.
Oh, yeah.
Which just means, basically, it has gone through many standard checks. I won't say it's impossible, but you're not going to have any safety issues at all with this tub.
So, folks, you're running out of time. If you want 25% off this top-of-the-line piece of equipment, I mean, this is the sort of thing you go to a spa for.
Oh, yeah,
but you can
no
have
doubt.
it in your home. Call up Bath Innovations of Alabama today. 271-2723. That's 271-2723. You can also go to bathinnovations.com to see everything they have to offer. But I really encourage you to stop by that showroom, 2331 Eastern Boulevard here in Montgomery. And be sure to tell Brad McDowell and the team that you heard about him here on News and Views in the afternoon.
Also, home value. If I'm selling a home and we just got a regular tub in there compared to this, the home value with a tub like this in there goes up quite a bit. Quite a bit. That's what people want nowadays in a home. A nice kitchen.
And when you're talking about a top-of-the-line product like that Alexis walk-in bathtub, 25% off is a big chunk of change.
Heck yeah.
Go check out Bath Innovations of Alabama today. Be sure to tell them you heard about them here on News and Views in the afternoon. More News and Views after this.
Joey Clark.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. For years, I've been asking you to call me at Alabama Home Mortgage because there is a difference in mortgage companies. When you call Alabama Home Mortgage, from the moment we pick up the phone, you will hear the difference. We are passionate about what we do. To us, you're not just another applicant. When you call on us, you are trusting that we have your best interest at heart, and we do. We treat our customers like family, and that's why our customers turn into family, coming back to us time and time again. We know you have many options when it comes to mortgage financing, and we appreciate the opportunity to earn your business. We are excited to hear from you. Give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time. Our passion is just one difference that sets us apart from the rest. It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-368, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Evan Bass from Montgomery Men's Health, and I've been helping men with low testosterone issues for over a decade. I've seen firsthand how low testosterone sneaks up on you, often so slowly that you just get used to all the issues that come along with being low T. If you're experiencing a low sex drive, if your energy just isn't what it used to be, if you're gaining unwanted fat or have issues with muscle gain in the gym, you very well may have low testosterone. At Montgomery Men's Health, we've successfully treated many men for low T, and the results can be life-changing. Many of our patients start putting on muscle again when they work out. They find they have more energy, they sleep better, and their sex lives often improve as well. So make an appointment today and see if low T therapy can make the difference for you. Your first appointment is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult with testosterone lab results in minutes. Call 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663 or go to montgomerymenshealth.com.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Ernest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Ernest, 334-279-7431. Ernest Financial, LLC.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. That heat advisory continues in effect through Saturday. A sun and cloud mix today. High temperature today and tomorrow in the upper 90s with the heat index both days as high as 107. That is dangerous territory. Widely scattered random afternoon and evening storms for some lucky towns. So the radar will be more active than any day this week. Low temperature down to about 77. Then on Sunday and Monday, the intense heat continues. Highs 98 to 100. Heat index near or above 105. And very hot all next week. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Wet Bobo with Capital Tractor. You don't buy a tractor to do just one job. You want a tractor with the power and precision to tackle a wide range of jobs. The Kubota L2501 with matching implements in stock today. Kubota and Capital Tractor, Montgomery, Brundage, and Greenville.
Hi, I'm Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. If you're looking for waterproof carpet, hardwood, laminate, vinyl plank, or ceramic tile, call us today for your free measurement.
During Prattville Carpet's summer sale, you can get Mohawk waterproof flooring, regularly priced at $11 per foot installed, right now priced at $7 per foot installed. That's huge summer savings. And get interest-free financing for up to 12 months with approved credit. Call 285-8117 or visit prattvillecarpet.com.
Prattville Carpet, we're more than just carpet.
Trustworthy, accurate, immediate. Carrying your voice across the river region. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Sky Mosley here in the studio. How you doing, Sky?
Doing great. Much better, thank you.
And Eddie Bader here in the studio. How you doing, Eddie?
All right, what up, dog?
What up, man?
What up, dog?
You're looking handsome today again.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is your mom watching us?
She told me she would probably be watching, yes.
Well, thank you, Eddie's mom, for watching.
Well, we're trying to get all the subscribers we can get, Joey. My mom not only watches us, she has subscribed.
Like, if you want to start a big internet career, folks, you started in Titus.
Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
My mom lives here in Montgomery.
Yeah, but
I am the king of Titus as far as
I'm just saying, you have such a good status in Titus there that it kind of rubs off on her, right?
Well, a little bit. And when she comes up there, she does feel like a celebrity. But I think I'm going to have to hire security here pretty soon.
Well, don't ask the Biden administration or Secretary Mayorkas. No, it is miserable. And I have noticed, and we've gotten it from some calls here, but the calls here, luckily, have not been unhinged. Like, for instance, I appreciate when Joe calls. Like, I appreciate when people are, if you honestly
I love people
are.
with different opinions, period.
If you think, I'm a Democrat through and through, and this is where it's going, happy to hear from you, like, if you're genuine about it. That's fine. But I've heard some unhinged stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just mention RFK Jr. to a Democrat who watches, say, MSNBC every day or CNN every day.
Not fans at all?
No.
Is he a bit of a lunatic?
He's just backed by a bunch of crazy right-wing tech bras or bros. Or something like that.
Is that the way he's perceived? I don't even watch television. I
shot
my TV.
And on top of that, now he's anti-Semitic.
Yeah,
he's anti-Chinese. He's spreading Asian hate. He doesn't want kids to be safe and like spreading disinformation about all sorts of medical procedures, especially vaccines.
The Democrat Party has always saved their greatest wrath and anger for those who would dare escape it.
That's why they don't cross.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the North Korea thing.
I
That's why you don't
expected
cross.
this for.
Like, people who have big differences will fight, obviously. But you want to see the most fervent fights? Look at, like, say, the denominational wars in Europe, where everybody's a Christian.
Yeah.
And I think that it gets so intense because you're fighting over the same ideals. You're like, no, I get to define the ideal the way I want. No, I do. It's kind of like when somebody says, I believe in the United States of America and liberty and justice for all, the equality of man and of our citizenry.
Okay.
But a lot of people fill in those ideals with different ways to approach that, and thus our fights. I think it's actually in America what we have in common that mostly makes us really at each other's throats, because you're like, no, those are my ideals. No, those are mine. That said, the fact that the Biden administration denied RFK Jr., that is a sort of petty, dangerous pettiness.
Of all the men, though,
Right.
to deny his
Right.
uncle and his dad assassinated.
So,
But at the same time, honestly, big picture, does it surprise you?
No.
Me neither.
Doesn't surprise me one bit. Is that thunder?
That was thunder. And
Thunder.
not the phone.
Oh, my. Well, here, let's go now. This is Secretary Mayorkas in the Congress.
Okay.
And,
What's he lying about now?
well, he's first going to be grilled by Thomas Massey, one of my favorites.
I like Thomas.
Let's listen in together.
Back, the gentleman from Kentucky is recognized.
I thank the chairman. Secretary Mayorkas, the Department of Homeland Security issued a National Terrorism Advisory System bulletin this year in February. It said the United States remains in a heightened threat environment fueled by several factors, including online environment filled with false or misleading narratives and conspiracy theories, and other forms of dis, and malinformation. Can you define malinformation for us?
Congressman, we're dealing with false information that is used for a particular purpose.
Isn't malinformation actually true information that may be inconvenient to the establishment orthodoxy?
I'm sorry, Congressman.
Isn't malinformation a made-up word that refers to information that's actually true but just inconvenient to the government narrative?
That is not true,
Congressman. Let me ask you this.
Yes, it is true, jackass. Because y'all the one to keep coming up with the words.
Yeah.
Misinformation. What is that? Information
Well,
that's
that's
not
all it
correct.
is.
But somebody might be sharing it, think it's true, but it's just not correct. You're misinformed.
There you go.
Disinformation is to say you're a Ruski, or you're part of the Chinese Communist Party, or you're a libertarian or something, and you decide, hey, I'm going to spread false information on purpose to sway people. That's disinformation. Disinformation campaigns. They came up with this new one, malinformation. I love how Mayorkas plays dumb. He ain't dumb. Don't fall for it. It's a scheme. But malinformation, yes, is information that it might technically be true, but the fact that you even say it in certain contexts, that's just not helpful. And it might be literally true, but it's politically incorrect. It's one of those things.
George Orwell.
Well, let's continue on.
You said that the proliferation of false or misleading narratives sow discord and undermine public trust in U.S. government institutions. Is it illegal to undermine public trust in U.S. government institutions?
Congressman, we become involved because we believe in the First Amendment right, and we have safeguards to protect it. We actually have a statutorily created Office for Civil Rights and Civil Liberties. We become involved not with respect to a particular ideology. We are ideology neutral, but it's the connectivity to violence.
Isn't larger government an ideology, the bigger government? Let me ask you my original question. Is it illegal to undermine public trust in U.S. government institutions?
Congressman, we understand First Amendment principles. We embrace and protect them. Individuals can espouse whatever ideology they believe in.
And so let me ask you the question, if you just answer it directly. Is it illegal to undermine public trust in U.S. government institutions? Isn't that, in fact, what we're doing here today? When we point out that you've released 1 million or 2 million people into this country without trying to deport them? I mean, are we, in fact, undermining trust in your institution? Aren't we doing that? And isn't that actually healthy when we point that out?
Tiger. Congressman, may I share with you what the Department of Homeland Security does with respect to ideologies?
I need to ask you another question since you haven't answered any of these yet. You say that there is widespread online proliferation of false or misleading narratives regarding COVID-19. Is the claim that natural immunity is real, is that a false or misleading online narrative?
Congressman, we do not evaluate particular ideologies or particular narratives. Our focus
How about the claim that vaccines don't stop the spread of the virus? Was that a false or misleading COVID narrative?
Congressman, what we do is we are involved when there's a connectivity between an ideology, whatever that ideology.
How about, I'm not talking about ideology, I'm talking about COVID-19. Is the notion that masks were ineffective at stopping transmission, was that a false or misleading narrative?
Congressman, allow me to repeat. What we get engaged in is a connectivity to violence. It is our responsibility to prevent violence from occurring.
Wait. So we're going to prevent it. So we're going to, the connectivity to violence, but to prevent violence means you got to stop it before it even occurs. So how are you connecting a certain person that you're stopping before, unless they're just outright saying, I'm going to blow a place up? Okay, but that's not all you're doing.
Right.
That is by far not all you're doing.
Truth ain't in that man.
Nowhere to be found.
None of it.
All right,
Nowhere to be found.
I got to drop him, and we're going to go to the next.
Dude, 'cause you're making me mad.
Well, no, we're going to stick with Mayorkas. This is now Mike Johnson, I believe, from Louisiana, who is questioning Mayorkas. And, this is, I think, even better. I usually go with Thomas Massie, but I think this is even better than what Massie did. Actually, Rand Paul recommended this back and forth. Let's listen in.
I'm from Louisiana. Secretary Mayorkas, we have the frustrating responsibility on this committee of providing oversight of your agency, but I have to be honest and tell you, I'm not sure exactly what you do at the Department of Homeland Security other than great harm. On your watch, the data is pretty clear. We've had record levels of illegal immigration, a rapid decline in deportations, skyrocketing fentanyl deaths across our country, and the Secret Service, which is a DHS component, can't determine who left cocaine at the White House. In the middle of all this, you created this Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Agency, CISA, which is a division of DHS. And it's one of the Biden administration agencies that colluded with and coerced the social media companies to censor Americans' protected free speech online. That's specifically detailed in a 155-page court opinion that came out of the federal court in Louisiana in the landmark litigation of Missouri v. Biden. Have you read that court opinion?
Congressman, I have not, and the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency does not censor speech.
Okay, well, the court found otherwise, and it's really curious to me. Actually, it's quite alarming that you haven't read the opinion, because your agency is listed in this opinion. The federal court looked at volumes of evidence over months of litigation, and they determined, among other things, that if the allegations made by the plaintiffs, the states in this case, are true, and hold on, the preliminary injunction was granted against your agency, sir, and other Biden administration agencies, including the DOJ and FBI, the court said it involves the most massive attack against free speech in United States history. And you're telling me this opinion issued July 4th has not reached your desk? No one's briefed you on it?
Oh, I have been briefed on the Missouri litigation.
Okay, but you haven't taken the time to read it yet.
Congressman,
no, hold on. Have you read it or not?
I have read parts of it, Congressman.
Oh, parts of it. Did you read the parts where it said that this is Orwellian and dystopian and that your agency is involved in a massive cover-up of specifically conservatives' free speech online?
Congressman, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency is not involved in such conduct.
Okay, well, the court found otherwise, and you stand here under oath and you give us these answers that we know are not true because this is demonstrably untrue. I'm suggesting to you that you're saying things to us under oath that are proven by the record to be untrue. Let me ask you about this specifically. CISA was created to, we call it the Misinformation and Disinformation Subcommittee of CISA. You familiar with that? MDM, the MDM subcommittee, you familiar with that?
Congressman, I am very well aware of the threat of disinformation emanating from adverse nations.
Are you familiar with the subcommittee? Just answer the question.
I am.
Okay. Does it still exist?
Congressman, are you speaking of the...
Does the MDM subcommittee still exist?
I would have to get back to you on that.
Okay. All right. Kind of a big deal in your agency. I'm kind of shocked that you don't know the answer to that. Can you define what misinformation is?
Congressman, misinformation is false information that is disseminated to...
Excellent. Who determines what is false?
Congressman, our focus.
No, who determines what is false in your agency? If you're going to pull something off the internet and collude with a social media platform to make sure Americans don't see it, who determines what's false?
Congressman, we don't do that.
That's not true. That is not true. That is not what the court has found. This is not a Republican talking point. This is what the documents show. We've had people testify under oath that say, and you just define the term, you're telling me that you don't know who determines what is false?
Congressman, what we do at CISA, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, is identify the tactics that adverse nation states use to weaponize disinformation.
Okay, what is disinformation? What is disinformation?
Disinformation is inaccurate information.
Who determines what's inaccurate? Who determines what's false? Do you understand the problem here? The reason the framers of our Constitution did not create an exception for quote-unquote false information from the First Amendment is because they didn't trust the government to determine what it is. And you have whole committees of people in your agency trying to determine what they define as false or misinformation.
That is not true.
Well, then what is true?
What we
Please
do
enlighten us.
Is what we do is we disclose the tactics that adverse nation states are utilizing to weaponize disinformation.
No, sir. The court found specifically it's a finding of fact that is not disputed by the government defendants, the Biden administration, your agency, the FBI, or DHS, not in the litigation. They determined you and all of your cohorts made no distinction between domestic speech and foreign speech. So don't stand there and tell me under oath that you only focused on adversaries around the world, foreign actors. That's not true.
Congressman, the Missouri case, the litigation to which you refer, is the subject of continuing litigation.
But the facts were not disputed, and I so regret that I'm out of time. I hope I get some more yielded.
Wow.
That was powerful.
Well done.
Yeah.
Representative Johnson, rising star within the party.
I don't understand, Joe. If you are charged with murder and the court finds you guilty of murder, how can you say, well, I disagree with that? When you've been found guilty, the court has given their opinion. How can you sit there and if you're not appealing
but you say, I'm appealing it.
But I don't even
I'm
think
not a murderer.
I don't even think he's appealing it at this point.
And actually, it doesn't matter that there's
wrong.
Really.
Yeah.
Well, but it doesn't matter that there's an appeal process in this case. Johnson hit the nail on the head. This was a fact-finding part of the case that the government, defending their own backside, didn't even decide to contest.
It's completely ignored.
We all agree, both parties agree, you did this crap.
But they're just going by him ignoring it.
They just disagree with the assessment of what they did.
Right, but they're just going to continue. There's no punishment.
There's no
at that point, he
consequence.
should have been removed from his job.
Right.
And not just him, but anybody in that capacity.
How about this? In a second, when we come back, I think we're going to talk to Michael Cohen earlier.
Yeah, about 05.
After we talk to Michael Cohen, everybody can complain about Secretary Mayorkas, or was it Jay Johnson used to be under Obama, or I don't even remember who the Bush person was when it first got stood up. But you can, great on Mike Johnson sitting there going, hey, you're lying to us. We know you're lying to us. Where were all the Republicans in 2002 when Homeland Security, this massive expansion of the federal government, was first put in place? Where were you?
No, they were supporting it. That's where they were.
Well, and you weren't just supporting it. You were saying all sorts of defamatory things, assuming the worst about people who stood up and said, hey, our liberties are at stake here. And yet here we are 20 years later.
We had to keep the country safe, Joey. We had to be safe.
Well,
You
when
know
we,
that old Dodge?
Uniparty BS, man.
Uniparty BS. Well
Uniparty
said.
BS, man.
And so when we come back, after we talk to Michael Cohen, we're going to go to one of those folks who is making that clarion call very alone in the wilderness.
Okay.
Dr. Ron Paul. He hit the nail on the head in 2002, November of 2002. He continues to be ahead of the curve.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. Ukrainian and Russian forces are battling for a key village in southeastern Ukraine, with Moscow's forces pounding it with artillery amid Kyiv's grinding counteroffensive. Meanwhile, Russia has accused Kyiv of firing a missile at a city in southern Russia that officials say wounded 15 people. In consumer news, Ford is recalling more than 870,000 newer F-150 pickup trucks in the U.S. because the electric parking brakes can turn on unexpectedly. The recall covers certain pickups from the 2021 through 2023 model years with single exhaust systems. Consumer prices are cooling off and Wall Street has moved higher. The Dow is up 161 points, the Nasdaq gaining 239. This is SRN News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. 800-626-5252. That's 800-626-5252. 800-626-5252.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Truckers, if you are looking for green grass, contact Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. In business since 1959 and still growing. Call today, 855-777-9785.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. That heat advisory continues in effect through Saturday. A sun and cloud mix today. High temperature today and tomorrow in the upper 90s with the heat index both days as high as 107. That is dangerous territory. Widely scattered random afternoon and evening storms for some lucky towns. So the radar will be more active than any day this week. Low temperature down to about 77. Then on Sunday and Monday, the intense heat continues. Highs 98 to 100. Heat index near or above 105. And very hot all next week. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
At CB&S Bank, we've been meeting the needs of our customers since 1906. Need help setting up new business goals? Our line of commercial loans can help you achieve them. Go to cbsbank.com to find a location near you. All loans subject to credit approval, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
From WAKA Channel 8 News, I'm Jerome Jones. Montgomery police have made an arrest in a Thursday morning shooting death. Police say 23-year-old Elijah Jackson of Montgomery is charged with murder in the shooting death of 22-year-old Bernicia Snow of Montgomery. Police say they were called to the 4000 block of Amesbury Drive at about 6:25 Thursday morning, where they found Snow suffering from a gunshot. She later died at the hospital. Montgomery police say they made the arrest within an hour. Elijah Jackson is being held without bond. And a 2-year-old boy is dead after a shooting in Wetumpka. The Elmore County Sheriff's Office says the shooting happened at a home on Saturday. Details of the shooting have varied, but the sheriff says that it's being ruled an accidental shooting and no charges will be filed. And in West Alabama, the State Bureau is investigating 4 shootings in 1 week. A teenager was killed in one shooting and another shooting left a 14-year-old paralyzed. Those are your news headlines. Watch WAKA Channel 8.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Here we have one of nature's most volatile environments, the bathroom. This often dry landscape will occasionally see immense floods. No one truly knows the cause.
Waterproof flooring for your great indoors. Get it at Flooring America, where friends send friends.
Looking to freshen up your house? Come see your local flooring and countertop experts. Carol's Carpet Flooring America has everything for your kid-proof, pet-proof, and waterproof needs. Mention code BABY to receive a special discount.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. Couldn't hear me for a second?
No, I got it. I think it's just my headphones.
Oh. That's Eddie that you're hearing, folks. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. And we have early in the day here, Michael Cohen from Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. Hey, Michael, how are you this afternoon?
Hey, Joey, I'm great. How are y'all?
Doing wonderful.
Doing quite well. So tell us what's going on at Cohen's today.
Well, we got 2 new 77-inch OLEDs put out yesterday. One's made by Sony, one's made by Samsung, and they both have a spectacular picture. Ooh. The Sony, I was looking at it yesterday, and it looked like you could reach into the screen to see the wildlife and touch the wildlife that was in the picture.
Oh, remarkable. And how do they keep getting it better? Like, I remember when HD first came around and was like, well, it's not going to get better than this. I was wrong.
Well, that's the way we've thought for probably 20 years. Each year, their next iteration, they just keep figuring out how to improve it, how to redo the chip. And, it's got to be all the upgraded circuitry. The panels, it's a good panel, but it's all what Sony can do with their chip, which is what makes their picture so spectacular.
Now, and we've talked about this before, but it bears repeating that it's not like you have a different Sony or Samsung product than any other place in town, but y'all do have that service and you deliver that confidence, whether it's installation or if something does happen to go wrong down the road.
Yep. Well, that's right. I mean, we've bar none, we've got the best installer in Montgomery, or probably I've heard reps talk about him just by meeting him that, he's probably one of the best in the state because he's got all the patience. He knows how to go in. He knows how to ask you, whether it's someone our age or our parents' age, he can ask them questions and get the passwords so that he can set up the Netflix account or the Amazon Prime account so that they can do their streaming. And he gets everything set up as third grade level as possible.
Well, from every son and
everybody
daughter,
can do it.
Well, Michael, from every son and daughter here in town, thank you guys for doing that. Because
well, that's right.
I do not like being the IT rep for my mom. It's never good for either one of us.
Well, that's right, because as it's your mom, you have less patience than our guy has with your mom.
Right. And my mom has less patience with me.
Well, yeah.
Well, and I was impressed. I when they showed up at my place with the new TV, I was like, okay, they're just gonna, set it up on the stand, and we're good. No, he stayed there, helped to get all, program it, and asking me all sorts of questions, what I preferred.
Nice.
And really, and just great guy to work with, easy to work with.
Super easy, super laid back. Rarely can you make him get flustered. He can be trying to drill a hole in your attic for 30 minutes up there sweating bullets, and he comes down like there's just it's a party.
So y'all can always check out Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. You can always go to thinkcohens.com or give them a call at 277-8890 or just stop by the Boulevard at 2515 Eastern Boulevard here in Montgomery. And you're open to 6 today?
Yeah, 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturday, and just come by. We want to take care of you.
Well, always appreciate your time, Michael. Appreciate your sponsorship. We'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Michael.
Take care. Hey, I'm glad you're back, Joey. or Eddie.
Thanks, Michael.
I appreciate it, Michael. I'm glad you're back too, Eddie.
Yeah.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, well, I'm going to Jamaica here in a little while. Don't get used to it.
Yeah, in August?
Yeah, man. Dude, it's like 10 days away, 9 days away, something like that. It's coming up, baby.
So I might have told you last night, but we should tell the audience that we get to go on a man day on Friday night.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, with our best friend bracelets on.
Yeah, next Friday night. Yeah.
Yeah, on August 4th, sorry, we get special treatment. We're going to that GOP dinner.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever been to one of these party shindigs?
Probably not on this level. I've been to a couple functions like that.
I do not like going to them normally.
Me neither.
I'm kind of excited that you and I get to go together.
Well,
because you'll be somebody like me. We'll be like, We're way too low class for this stuff.
I already feel like a scene in Dumb and Dumber.
Right.
When we're at the bar.
But have you ever seen Trump in person?
No.
Me neither have I.
No.
Yeah,
I heard him on the phone, talked to him, or not talked to him, but seen him on TV, Twitter, Rumble.
Yeah.
I've seen him on all that, but no, never in person.
Right. And
But I saw him at the USC, and he seemed very personable with everyone. Even Theo Vaughn, that idiot. Trump was very, very nice to him.
And so we're going to see Trump and others and whoever's speaking there and shake hands of guests from the program. And
cool.
It's a lot of glad handing. And, you're doing so great.
Bringing
You're doing so great.
I'm bringing hand sanitizer.
Okay. Yeah.
Just, Joey.
You got a suit?
I got one, too, but I'm going to go get a new suit.
Really?
That's the plan this weekend. I think my wife or my mom's going to go.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Are high water still a thing?
High water? Like where you're showing a lot of sock?
Yeah.
A lot of that ankle?
Is that a thing?
I don't. Well, here's the deal. Fashion is all about confidence.
Okay.
So you wear whatever you want.
Crocs, baby. No.
Now, as promised, serious subject here. No, the folks grilling Secretary Mayorkas.
Yeah.
It's great, but it's like, where were all of you when you were warned? And it's another I told you so. Yeah, that's what this segment might be called. I told you so. Or it could be Ron Paul was right again.
Yeah, but Joey, does it not make you think that it's like we go with the Uniparty? They lambaste him right here in public. But I kind of feel like behind the scenes they go, hey, man, I still got your back. Because they're all, to me, they're all in it together.
Well, and yeah, it's like, let's take out the personalities,
Right.
not actually correct the system. But so here is what Dr. Ron Paul, when he was a congressman, wrote in November, I believe November 19th, 2002.
Oh, wow.
So this is a little over a year after September the 11th. The Department of Homeland Security had just been created by the Bush administration, backed by the Uniparty, Democrats and
loved it.
Republicans
Yep.
alike. So here's what Ron Paul wrote in 2002. The Homeland Security Monstrosity. Congress spent just a few short hours last week voting to create the biggest new federal bureaucracy since World War II. Not that the media or even most members of Congress paid much attention to the process. Yet most basic freedoms provided to Americans, our most basic freedoms as Americans, privacy in our homes, persons, and possessions, confidentiality in our financial and medical affairs, openness in our conversations, telephone and internet use, unfettered travel, indeed the basic freedom not to be monitored as we go through our daily lives, have been dramatically changed. Again, this was 20 years ago, folks.
Seems
The
like
last
yesterday,
time...
Joey. Seems like yesterday.
Right. The last time Congress attempted a similarly ambitious reorganization of the government was with the creation of the Department of Defense in 1947.
Wow.
Back then, congressional hearings on the matter lasted 2 years before President Truman finally signed the legislation. Even after this lengthy deliberation, however, organizational problems with the new department lasted more than 40 years. What do we expect from a huge bureaucracy conceived virtually overnight by a Congress that didn't even read the bill that creates it? Surely more deliberation was appropriate before establishing a giant new federal agency with 170,000 employees. When the Homeland Security Department first was conceived, some congressional leaders and administration officials outrageously told a credulous rank-and-file Congress that the new department would be, get this, Eddie, budget neutral.
Was that the first time they ever used that lie?
Oh, no. But, yeah, when Homeland Security was created, they were saying it's going to be budget neutral. The agency simply would be a reorganization of existing federal employees, we were told, and would not increase the federal budget. In fact, the agency was touted as increasing efficiency rather than expanding federal power. Of course, the original 32-page proposal sent over by the White House quickly grew to 282 pages in House committees, ending up at more than 500 pages in the final version voted on last week, with a $3 billion price tag just for starters. The sheer magnitude of the bill and the technical complexity of it makes it impossible for anyone to understand completely. Rest assured that the new department represents a huge increase in the size and scope of the federal government that will mostly serve to spy on the American people.
Right.
Again, Ron Paul wrote this 20 years ago.
He was right then and he's right today.
Can anyone, Ron Paul writes, even the most partisan Republican, honestly say with a straight face that the Department of Homeland Security does not expand the federal government? The list of dangerous and unconstitutional powers granted to the new Homeland Security Department is lengthy. Warrantless searches, forced vaccinations of whole communities. Again, he wrote this 20 years ago. Federal neighborhood snitch programs, federal information databases, and a sinister new Information Awareness Office at the Pentagon that uses military intelligence to spy on domestic citizens are just a few of the troubling aspects of the new legislation. To better understand the potential damage, he cites a William Safire article in the New York Times, How Times Change. Wow. That was Ron Paul 20 frickin' years ago.
Just the fact about the whole thing disturbs me. But even then, the claim about the pandemic, you know that 20 years ago, that sentence right there alone, he probably got more pushback, more crazy. Little did we know, he was hitting the nail right on the head.
Right. Have the American people changed enough to realize they have been lied to, that they've been screwed over, that all these folks that claim they're doing this for your own good are actually taking you for a ride at best?
More now than before, but still not enough. More people have been awoken to this BS than ever before, but it's still not enough.
BS is exactly right, Eddie. This BS. This steaming pile of BS. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. This is part of the program brought to you by River Region Contracting. Aren't they great over there?
They are wonderful, Joe.
They fixed you up, right?
They fixed me up. They fixed my neighbor up.
They fixed Jack Campbell
They
up?
fixed Jack up. They fixed several of my clients up. Let me just say this. As far as I'm concerned, they've never done no wrong. I've seen them they told me when they were going to show up. They did. They told me this is the work they were going to do for free. They did. Then they said, Eddie, this is the part you got to pay for. And guess what? After the work was done, it was the same as the beginning. You know, a lot of times, Joe, you'll say, yeah, I want that done. I'll go with that estimate. Then at the end, they go, well, you owe me this. You're like, well, wait a minute. Your estimate that's $1,000 more. Yeah, well, we had these changes come up.
Wow.
What are you supposed to do? That didn't happen with River Region Contracting.
No, everything went smoothly.
Very
swimmingly.
well.
And whether it's a metal or an asphalt roof, they can do repairs or completely replace it if you're due. Maybe it's a 15-year-old roof. And
it's time, baby.
It's time. And if you just need an inspection, here's the good news. Their inspection's free. Their estimates are free if they do find a problem.
Absolutely free, Joey.
Their inspections and estimates are always free there at River Region Contracting. They're also a team of insurance specialists, so if they do find a problem with your roof, your insurance might cover. Yeah. They can walk you through that claims process.
Yeah, they've done that with several of my clients, and it makes it so much easier.
So check them out today. 356-8635. That's the number for River Region Contracting. 356-8635. And be sure to tell Todd Clark and the team there that Joey and Eddie from News and Views sent you. More News and Views in the afternoon, well, after this.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
This is Evan Bass from Montgomery Men's Health, and I've been helping men with low testosterone issues for over a decade. I've seen firsthand how low testosterone sneaks up on you, often so slowly that you just get used to all the issues that come along with being low T. If you're experiencing a low sex drive, if your energy just isn't what it used to be, if you're gaining unwanted fat or have issues with muscle gain in the gym, you very well may have low testosterone. At Montgomery Men's Health, we've successfully treated many men for low T, and the results can be life-changing. Many of our patients start putting on muscle again when they work out. They find they have more energy, they sleep better, and their sex lives often improve as well. So make an appointment today and see if low T therapy can make the difference for you. Your first appointment is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult with testosterone lab results in minutes. Call 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
This is your roving reporter, and today I'm talking with a famous broadcaster.
Hey man, what's happening?
Now, I understand you radio people move a lot, is that correct?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, how does this affect your taking care of your retirement money?
Oh man, I don't give that a second thought because my buddy David Ernest, he's my money man.
Your money man?
With the money plan.
I see.
So no matter where I go up and down the dial, David has my back, you know?
I'll bet you know some phone numbers our listeners could call to talk with David Ernest.
334-279-7431 or 205-479-0839.
And he has a website at retirewithernest.com.
Hey, you're on top of it today, man.
I also understand that you hold some sort of a record in broadcasting.
Yes, I was the first person to put together a show with myself, a duck, a chicken, and a goose. But it didn't last long. We got taken off the air.
Why were you taken off the air?
Too much foul language, man.
Oh, my.
So I wasn't crazy about that one myself.
Hey, this is Benji with Marguerites. The great thing about gold and diamonds is that we can make a ring that you have wore for 20 years look like the day you bought it. For example, if you have a white gold ring or rings that you have worn for some years, you can take it to a jewelry store and they will charge $150 to $250 to re-rhodium, polish, and clean your rings to get that look. You ask, what is rhodium? Rhodium is a very expensive, precious metal that jewelers use to coat white gold rings to make them extremely light, of course, to make them look brand new again. Marguerites has decided to brighten your summer with the complimentary rhodium and polish of your rings. As of today until August the 5th, August the 5th will be here before you know it. Bring in all your rings at Marguerites. We will rhodium them at no charge whatsoever. So don't miss out on this great deal because at Marguerites, of course, we make it. We really make it. We're open 7 days a week for your convenience. For all your jewelry needs, we are located at 8163 Vaughn Road in the Perpetual Shopping Center. So come see us at Marguerites. Let us make all your rings look like the day you bought them.
Visit Marguerites now through August 5th for your complimentary rhodium and polish.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values. This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
All the headlines the mainstream media won't touch. Your News Talk station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader riding shotgun.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing all right. And we have Babs on line one. Hey, Babs, how are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Hanging in here like a hair in a biscuit.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know how my other line's ringing. Doesn't that figure? I was just going to ask you, I was watching Fox News. I turned Fox News on, but I'm listening to y'all. And they have charged that woman.
Carly Russell, that she has been charged for that hoax.
I'm glad. But national news. But anyway, the other thing I was going to ask you, and you may have talked about it yesterday, and I didn't hear you, but did you see Ted Cruz drilling Mayorkas yesterday?
No, I didn't catch that one. I can only took so much of that guy.
Of Ted?
Oh, no, of Mayorkas.
Oh, he didn't get to say anything.
Really?
Cruz said, this is a yes or no answer. And he'd start, and Cruz said, so you're not going to answer that one either. And then he went on, and he had charts. You got to look it up. It was
Yeah,
great.
I'll have to find that then.
Night. Yeah, it was awesome. Well, all right, that's what I had to say. I figured that you saw that Fox News thing about Carly, so.
Yeah, and good
All right,
riddance.
guys.
Appreciate it, Babs.
Thanks, Babs.
I listen, love you guys, and hey, Jack.
Love you too, Barbara. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, hon.
272-9228. If you want to share your love or your hate, we don't care either way.
I don't care.
This part of the program brought to you by XI Repair, and we love them. Jonathan, that whole team he's put together.
Does great work over there.
I mean, you really are on a first-name basis with Kia now.
I hate to say it. Well, I'll proudly say it. When I come in, I've not irritated her so much that her head drops when she sees me. She's still got a smile for me every time she sees me.
Right.
So I haven't bothered her that much just yet.
Right. Has she done any lurch jokes against you yet?
No, but she has quickly identified most of my problems as user error. So, yeah.
Yeah, they'll put up with those little things, folks. And here's the great thing about XI Repair. If they don't fix it, they're not charging you a no-fix, no-fee shop. And often they'll give people advice for no charge, these sorts of things. But if you do have a cracked screen, if you do need a battery that needs replacing in that smartphone, maybe water damage, could be you dropped that phone in the toilet. Could be your PlayStation 5 is on the fritz and you don't want to send that thing off in the mail. XI Repair can fix it. They can do laptop repairs, desktop computer repairs. They can even do data recovery services. Right. So if you accidentally delete something, or maybe your soon-to-be ex-wife tried to delete some incriminating text messages about the guy she was, but they can recover those text messages.
Good
and sell you brand new smartphones at incredible prices. They really do it all there at XI Repair. So check them out today. You can always go to xirepair.com. That's the letter X, the letter I, repair.com. Or give them a call at 777-1234. Again, 777-1234. And be sure to tell those fine folks there at XI Repair that Joey and Eddie from News and Views sent you. Let's go to Randy. Hello, Randy.
What's up, Randy?
What's going up, gentlemen?
Oh, another day.
I hear you, another day. I've been pressure washing outside today, and I'll tell you one thing. In case y'all don't know, it's hot.
Yeah, I got a feeling.
Well, we played that clip yesterday. Remember the UN secretary?
Yeah.
The era of global warming is over. The era of global boiling is upon us. The air is unfit to breathe. Can you breathe, Randy? I've heard the air is unfit.
I'm not breathing too well right now.
Right.
Guys.
It's kind of a heavy air out there right now.
It's like breathing in a paper bag.
Yeah.
I love, by the way, that message. The air is unfit to breathe, and I'm just imagining some granny on the back porch in Andalusia, like, I've been smoking Virginia Slims for 60 years. What do you mean unfit to breathe?
Hey, I got to go, guys. Got to pull up and give me some money. I have to talk to y'all later.
Later, Randy. Take care, brother.
Now, before we hit this break, Eddie, I've been sitting on this ad for a while. I've yet to watch it. I just know it exists.
Okay.
And I wanted to watch it for the first time with you and the rest of the audience.
All right, let's see it.
Oh, and by the way, folks, if you didn't hear, if you're out there listening on the regular radio airwaves, we are now doing a live stream of the radio show where you can see my face, Eddie's face. You can see the video clips that we're pulling up. And, well, it's a lot of fun.
Kind of play
doing this
along,
live
man.
stream. Just go to my Facebook page or News Talk's Facebook page. Or you can find me on Twitter at the Joey Clark. We're streaming live on Twitter as well as YouTube. Just search Joey Clark, like and subscribe to the YouTube page so we can, differentiate ourselves from all the other Joey Clarks out there.
Be careful because you'll see like Joey Clark live music, and those guys are pretty good. They got my attention the other day. I got to be honest. Yeah.
But here's the thing that I was, wanting to play and watch together for the first time.
All right.
And actually, this is a guy you could probably credit with the creation of the Department of Homeland Security. Of course, I'm talking about the one, who is that right there in front of us, Eddie?
That'd be Mr. Dick Shoot You in the Face Cheney.
Yeah, that is Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
So,
man, what's he leaning up against?
Right. So let's bring this all together, folks. And apparently, this is Dick Cheney, not just talking to talk. He is about to make the case for his daughter, Liz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess they're floating trial balloons of Liz Cheney running for president.
Okay.
Well, if RFK Jr. is running as a Democrat, I guess Liz Cheney can run as a Republican, right?
Sure.
Let's listen and Dick.
In our nation's 246-year history, there has never been an individual who is a greater threat to our republic than Donald Trump. He tried to steal the last election using lies and violence to keep himself in power after the voters had rejected him. He is a coward. A real man wouldn't lie to his supporters. He lost his election, and he lost big. I know it, he knows it, and deep down, I think most Republicans know it. Lynn and I are so proud of Liz for standing up for the truth, doing what's right, honoring her oath to the Constitution, when so many in our party are too scared to do so. Liz is fearless. She never backs down from a fight, There is nothing more important she will ever do than lead the effort to make sure Donald Trump is never again near the Oval Office. And she will succeed. I am Dick Cheney. I proudly voted for my daughter. I hope you will too.
Okay, from a father's point of view, I'm glad he backs his daughter up. And then we'll stop with that. The rest of it, what a big BSer. He's calling someone else sold out. If he's not the biggest piece of trash that's come through that political office in quite some time. Remember this guy who blasted somebody in the face with a shotgun?
And then that guy apologized.
Right, then made him apologize.
Yeah, but more than that, how about like all these wars? The creation of the Department of Homeland Security.
Right. And wasn't his wife, or was it his daughter, I'm sorry, already rejected once before? So, you know, as I see it, these are those last rebel holdouts that are trying to do all they can do to hold on to power. I want the power to stay in my family.
Yeah.
You know, good riddance. Good riddance.
Yeah, good riddance indeed. Now, you want to go from like establishment city to another extreme of like full-on ultra MAGA, super duper MAGA semi-fascist?
Okay. All right.
So I give you a dose of like that you know, establishment America, that string music in the background.
I know, man.
Like, I got to go change my shorts now.
And he's sitting there, he's got that tougher than nails look on his face, when in reality, I know he's leaning on a walker of some sort. You can just look at him. And again, he's standing up for his daughter. I get that. But I got nothing.
But here's what I mean by ultra MAGA, mega MAGA, like just the super duper Donald Trump folks. Peter Navarro, I think he was like the lead like trade negotiator for Trump, or that was Leitzinger, but Navarro was over him.
Okay.
And was kind of running point on the trade battles potentially with China. Navarro had told Trump, at least according to Navarro, hey, you need to fire Fauci. You don't need to trust these folks like Birx and others that you've surrounded yourself with. Navarro claims that we had China over a barrel, actually. The trade deal they first had inked
One time, did we not?
was just the beginning. So here's Peter Navarro, and he's getting folks all riled up because he suggested the stakes are really, really high here. Let's listen in to what Peter had to say.
Roughly half of Republicans and over a third of Democrats believe America is on the brink of civil war. If such an unthinkable war breaks out, it will be the Democrats' fault. In their quest for power, radical elements within the Democrat Party have abandoned any pretense of fairness, tolerance, and justice. In their woke new world, Democrat strategists use unscrupulous lawfare tactics to skew our election system, even as weaponized bureaucracies like the Department of Justice, FBI, and National Archives, now under Democrat control, seek to destroy the Republican Party and its de facto leader, Donald Trump. The Democrat activists and strategists now driving this nation towards a second civil war have neither justice nor righteousness on their side. Instead, they are attempting to trample on our religions, disarm us, and impose all manner of woke, social, cultural, and economic changes that are far outside the bounds of America's traditions, traditional values, and constitutional roots. My strong admonition to these Democrats, as I appeal to the wiser in your party, is this: back this anti-democratic truck up before it runs over you. Do you not understand that the longer you engage in your assaults on American families and values, the more likely a new civil war becomes? And do you not understand that the perverse precedents you are creating through your weaponized bureaucracies and woke attacks will come back to haunt you as soon as Republicans take back Trump's America from your cold, woke hands?
Told you, ultra MAGA, mega MAGA, whatever. But the one guy is a fixture of the left on at least Twitter.
Yeah.
He says, with Trump's indictment imminent, Peter Navarro says a second civil war is coming and says to Democrats that what they're doing will come back to haunt you as soon as the Republicans take back Trump's America from your cold, woke hands.
Pretty good line.
Yeah. But I always think the talk of civil war is a little much. Like the division's there, the disdain and the contempt and the resentment is there.
Scared?
Yeah, but I'm just imagining like some dude who's like 60.
Yeah.
And he's like, honey, I got to go to the front lines. Don't forget your diabetes medication, Ted. Don't tell me about my Ozempic. I got to save this country. Dadgum woman, I'm a patriot. And you're sitting here, no, you sound just like my mother. I told her. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had a point till you did that. I'm lost.
Like, oh, we're going to fight back against this government. Not with your cholesterol. Like, we got people taking diabetes medication so they can lose weight off their fat ass. These are the folks that are going to fight the next Civil War. Give me a break.
Well, that's just it, Joey. Not just the Civil War, but any kind of strife that to come out. Thank God we've got a great service with the Air Force, Marines, and all that. But I don't know of the younger people, not your generation, but younger than your generation, that would actually step up. And they don't want to be uncomfortable. I hate to say it, but they're a little bit on the soft side.
Well, maybe it's soft, but it's also cynical. Like, think about what you had to believe about your country, say in World War I, to go into what you knew was a meat grinder. Like, say it's a few years into the war, and you know entire towns have been killed.
Yeah.
A generation of young men is not coming back. They're literally gassed and blown to bits and trampled into the mud.
Yep.
And yet, more and more people signed up to go into that meat grinder. I think people today, of any generation of Americans right now, kind of look at that and go, why would we do that? What's the point of doing that? Well,
at that time, and I wasn't there, of course, but at that time, every person, every citizen thought in their mind that they were doing all they could do. They would lay down their life to protect that country. Now we're older, we are more cynical. So much time has changed, and we realize our politicians are not to be trusted. However, that being said, I still feel strongly if it were ever needed, there's not a citizen in this country that wouldn't step up, except I'm questionable about the younger generation.
It depends.
Just don't see the challenge. I see them saying, like you just kind of mentioned, it's not worth it. It's not worth. They'll see it as it's the government, kind of forcing me into something, instead of I'm protecting, I'm keeping my country from being taken over elsewhere.
I just don't buy it. Whatever generation. Like, Civil War, really? Have you looked in the mirror lately, America? You're not healthy enough to walk around without having a problem with your breathing.
No, but nothing gets you in good fighting shape like a war.
Yeah, sure. 272-9228. This part of the program brought to you by New Look Decorating Center. I just think war it's such a waste. Life should be about, hey, we're going to repaint the bedroom this weekend. Are we going to
that could be a war in itself.
Freshen up the house? Wait, what are those weekend projects or a war?
Well, if you, say you go to New Look and you say, hey, I'm just going to pick the color blue.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if my wife likes it, just going with it. And you're going to paint that room. And she comes home from work or wherever she's at and she sees that you've painted the room and it's a color she don't like, chances are there's going to be a war right then and there.
This is why you need to go by New Look Decorating
Definitely.
Center and talk to those professionals there. Jordan and Katie, Brett Lamb, the manager, fantastic guy. And, of course, you might even get a sighting of Brian Carr.
That's
He's
right.
the owner there.
That's right.
Family-run business, folks, 40 years in business in the Montgomery area. And, when you're going to a shop that sells that high-quality Benjamin Moore paint and stain supplies, Benjamin Moore you don't go to the big stores for that. You go to they love supporting those family-owned franchises. And so here's the deal. Whether you're looking to do it yourself, some weekend job, or you're looking to contract out a big job like repainting the whole exterior of your home, you need to go by New Look Decorating Center first. Ask them advice. And if you're interested in wallpaper and fabrics, Katie is the specialist.
Is that right?
I hear she's very good at that.
Cool.
So if you're looking for those wallpaper needs, stop by. What is it, 6237 Atlanta Highway? It's right where Bell Road dead into Atlanta Highway.
Right there.
And be like, hey, I want to talk about wallpaper with Katie. Joey and Eddie were talking about it on the radio. That's exactly what you need to do, folks.
Yeah, man.
And, of course, you can always call New Look Decorating at 271-0007 or just go online to newlookdecoratingcenter.com. And be sure to tell them again that you heard about them here on News and Views in the afternoon.
Quick break, and we'll come back to Duke and others at 272-9228.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Next contestant.
Honey, you look confused. What's wrong?
I'm having a hard time remembering to take my medications like I'm supposed to. I didn't say anything because I didn't want to worry you.
I'm glad you told me, because I heard that Adams Drugs has a medicine on time service that will package your monthly medications and make them easier to manage. Our neighbors, Bill and Leslie, mentioned the other day that they use Adams and how they have made it so easy for them to manage their medications.
Do you think we can call Adams Drugs or go by there and see if they can help me? I don't want to get to the point where you have to put me into an assisted living home.
Why don't you get your medications together right now, and let's go down to Adams and talk to the pharmacist.
How much does the medicine on time service cost?
I asked Bill that same question, and he told me it's a free service for Adams customers.
Free? Wow, I'm feeling really good about this already. Let me grab my meds list.
Call Adams Drugs Medicine on time for your pharmacist consultation. Visit us at adamsdrugs.net for more information on our Medicine on Time packaging service.
At AFS Foundation and Waterproofing Specialists, we work on a lot of neighborhood homes, and we're proud to share some of what our customers have said about us.
My basement had massive amounts of water when it rained. I made an appointment. They were professional and honest. I'd highly recommend them if you need help waterproofing your home. You'll be in good hands.
Noticing moisture in your basement? AFS can help. Visit afsrepair.com to book your free inspection. That's afsrepair.com.
Finally, the Toyota store that gives you more. The all-new Toyota of Montgomery is here with all-new management, all-new team, and all-new great attitude. Get more from your Toyota store. Over 400 new Toyotas are coming in hot and filling up our lot. Get your favorite new Toyota model, like the 2023 Toyota Camry, Corolla, RAV4, Highlander, Tacoma, Tundra, and more. All with our lowest grand opening prices and biggest grand opening savings right now. And come see how our new team is committed to serve Montgomery and give you the best service in the River region. And we'll always pay you more money for your trade-in. Find out how much and schedule an appraisal online at ToyotaMontgomery.com. You get more. You save more. A lot more. Get your new Toyota today before someone else does. And discover the all-new way to buy a Toyota at Toyota Montgomery. Shop online at ToyotaMontgomery.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From a little fender bender to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For over 35 years, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. That heat advisory continues in effect through Saturday. A sun and cloud mix today. High temperature today and tomorrow in the upper 90s, with the heat index both days as high as 107. That is dangerous territory. Widely scattered random afternoon and evening storms for some lucky towns, so the radar will be more active than any day this week. Low temperature down to about 77. Then on Sunday and Monday, the intense heat continues. Highs 98 to 100, heat index near or above 105, and very hot all next week. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Back to News and Views in the afternoon. 272-9228 if you want to get in on the program. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Duke on line 1. It's been too many days since we've spoken, sir. How you doing?
Hey, it's been a minute. I've been having to take care of some stuff, but I got it all done now pretty much. I've been listening, though. I've been listening to all this craziness. Oh, boy, y'all been all... These folks been all over the place. When I stay away for a little while, people just go damn crazy like for some reason.
Well, I'm glad you're back to keep us in check.
Yeah. I'm telling you, boy. But anyway, my girl Liz, I love that, boy. I love it.
What is it about Liz that just strikes your fancy so well?
I just love it because, you know, she's the only one going to move up in the polls because the rest of everybody knows the reason why the rest of them didn't move up. Because they don't, the men don't have a set of them, and the women, I don't know what they got, but they couldn't stand up to Trump for some reason. All of these people out there show weakness. Everybody wants somebody weak that's,
I don't know. They voted Biden in. He's pretty damn weak.
Oh, both of them, all of them, you know.
Okay, well, I agree. But isn't Liz Cheney just as bad as all of them up there? Like,
No,
the fact that Liz Cheney criticized Donald Trump. Oh, how brave. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's criticized that man until Liz took her stand.
Right.
Give me a break.
She have shown strength the other one couldn't do. See, all the rest of them out there, they still scared to say something about Trump right now. They spent all this money.
If you're running for president, you're not required to say something about Trump. You don't have to win over people by crapping on Donald John Trump. You can win over people in other ways.
Show them how I am better.
What Trump do? Trump's going to dog you out.
But that's what he does. That don't mean you have to follow his script.
Yeah, and it's actually people following his script where it doesn't work.
Right.
Trump just touched on all of them. He done dogged out all of them so far. But they're scared to talk back. So Liz will at least talk back a little bit to this boy. You know?
Shut up, silly woman.
Man, that little sorry, and that sorry piece of spit that you played a while ago, talking about Civil War and all that. See, that's a great example right there. See, still wants to be a cult member for some reason. Sit down, people. Trump got issues going on right now. He can't do y'all no good right now. He got other stuff came out yesterday. Oh, I lost count now. How many is it, y'all?
How many charges against him?
I don't know. Every time he gets another charge, there's like another couple $1 million in
like 100 gazillion.
I mean,
I haven't been watching the TV, last 2 or 3 days or whatever. I don't know what he did lately. I heard something else.
I heard like Nuremberg is up to something again. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So if I tell you what though, like I told you before.
Tell me.
If Trump make it through all this right here,
you gonna vote for him?
If he whoop all these so-called ones that competing against him right now, I might vote for him.
He's king of the pimps.
All this stuff right here.
He'll be king of the pimps.
I mean, ain't nobody else that's living on this earth can go through that stuff what he's doing right now and stuff steady piling on and don't go to jail and all that, none of that too. If he stay out of jail, I'm gonna vote for him.
Yeah,
king of the pimps, baby.
Yeah. I'm vote for him. I swear I vote for him. I'm gonna go shake his hand some kind of way. I'm a hell, you know what I'm talking about.
And we gotta. What do you think of this, Duke? Because I think you'll like this. Because
I'm gonna be like y'all. Hell, I may think he's a God brother or something like that.
But
maybe Jesus or something like that. The way y'all running behind him.
No, but what do you think about this one, making fun of everybody? We're now streaming live, and we're on YouTube. Valiant Thor says, Lord help us, Feinstein can't remember how to vote, Fetterman can't dress himself appropriately, Biden can't find his way without a handler.
Don't leave Mitch McConnell out. Mitch McConnell.
Wait, let me finish the sentence. Kamala's word salads are legendary. Mitch is lost in space.
Dude, he was. I watched that again last night.
Yeah, I thought he was doing a Joe Biden impersonation for a second.
Hey, we got to mess with these politicians. Well, boy, I'm just laughing about it, really. I ain't studying none of them.
Let me ask you something, dude. If you were getting on an airplane and your pilot pulled a Mitch McConnell, would you get on that plane, or would you say, hey, we need to replace this guy immediately? Because we're not replacing him immediately.
Something got to have to happen. Something got to happen.
Right.
Mitch got to go.
Right.
At that point,
I mean, out of all of our politicians, all of our leaders, would you let any of them drive you to Atlanta from Montgomery?
Mm-mm.
Then why the hell are we letting them run our country?
I don't know why.
Neither do I.
Just like the question that y'all hadn't answered me yet. Why? What's so amazing about Trump that all the stuff hanging over his head and all the above and y'all still got him at the top of the ticket.
Well, I'll tell you one reason with me. I've learned that the more establishment and people push a narrative, they usually end up with pie on their face. They're usually covering their own butts, and they're usually lying. So
they can claim Trump's rude, Trump's a demagogue, but if you had somebody buttoned up who was incredibly polite, the height of etiquette, and could make all these great arguments and was proposing things, say, that would bring home the troops, that would dismantle a lot of the corrupt national security state intelligence communities and the bureaucracy. Yeah. If you had somebody that wasn't like Trump but believed in those things, they would be dogged out just as much, if not more, than Trump is. And that's the problem with this.
So what y'all gonna do if Trump don't make it?
I don't know. Just keep on living.
Yeah.
Well, maybe vote for RFK Jr. or Vivek Ramaswamy. I don't know.
Y'all propping this man up, putting all the eggs in this man's basket right here.
What are you talking about? I'm leaving the country? You want me with one of those idiots?
You go ask Trump supporters about me if whether or not Joey is fervent enough for Donnie.
Think Trump supporters like Joey a whole lot, to be honest.
That old thing down there in Florida down there, what's his name? The Santa Moses or whatever.
Oh, Ronnie D?
Yeah. That's y'all second choice right there?
No, not my second choice.
Like, I can make choices if I'm required to make these binary choices between these candidates. But at the end of the day, don't take politicians that seriously. Don't take politics that seriously. You ain't going to have a baby watching porn, and your life ain't going to get better by voting for these folks.
Hey, Joe.
Really?
But this man that you played that clip, you got to tell him the same thing. You got to tell him that he don't understand.
Oh, Peter Navarro. No, that's what I said. The Civil War talk is ridiculous. It's just absurd. Once more into the breed. Ooh, heart attack. Like, on St. Crispin's. Stroke, TIA.
Again, with Americans, we have more in common than we really have different. So if there was a Civil War, Joey, and let's say you're from the north and I'm from the south, and I see you on the other side of the creek, I'll probably go, hey, man. You'd be like, hey, man. Hey, don't tell nobody we saw each other.
There's that beautiful story during World War I of the Christmas truce. Right. I don't even think it would need to be Christmas. Hey, is it football Saturday?
Exactly.
Yeah, all right.
Exactly.
Hey, I even make smoke a bag with a red top. Smoke up his stuff. Oh, the hell he be on.
Smoke him if you got him.
I'm telling you, I just don't. We're at the end of the day, we're Americans, and most Americans, when we even like Joey and I said the other day, even when American men get in a fight, usually they get a beer afterwards. I mean, you get that testosterone out of your system, and then all of a sudden you realize, you know what, Joey can take a punch, and he can give a pretty good punch too. I kind of like that guy.
I just want one thing out of you guys.
What's that?
Never come tell me that you seen a damn baby outrun the car down there. I don't want to hear that.
Duke, I need some help.
Joey, if you meet a girl that wants to date you and think she saw a baby run down the road, you get the hell away from her. I'm gone.
See you, Duke.
This part of the program. In fact, this entire hour brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And there at Alabama Home Mortgage, Kim and her team can help you whether you're looking to buy a home or you're looking to refi. Right now, a lot of folks are doing a refinance deal, choosing that option because, let's just face it, a lot of people are taking out a lot of debt.
Credit card debt's too high.
Living off that. And it's not just credit cards, though, right? I mean, maybe you've got a bunch of different payments and you want to consolidate that debt
That's a good
together.
way to do it. Yep.
Yeah, it's
One
a great
payment.
way to do it. And if you're a veteran, they're VA home loan certified there at Alabama Home Mortgage. So what is it for veterans, Eddie?
Up to 100% in the refi.
Wow.
Yep.
And, I mean, what is it for normal folks?
80%.
Still, that's great.
And it depends on bank to bank. Some banks won't go that high anymore.
Right. But Kim and her team, here's what's great about them. Whether you're looking to buy or do something like a refinance deal, they actually sit down with you. They actually get to know you. And, like, what are your goals in buying a home or refinancing? It's not some, like, bureaucratic thing. No, you're working with folks who are the true principals of that company, Alabama
definitely.
Home Mortgage. And they got your back. And they've earned that reputation over all these years. So check them out today. You can always call them at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. You can also visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender. But, you know, I just can't. The point I was making to Duke, I find myself unable to take these folks that seriously and the process that seriously. I know the issues are serious.
Yeah.
I know the government is affecting everybody's lives, not just in this country, but around the globe. I get that the stakes we face are some of the biggest we've faced in generations. But when you look at the crap show that passes for news in this country, it helps explain my attitude towards it all. It deserves to be mocked. It deserves to be taken with a big old grain of salt. And they deserve to be considered, well, folks who are more likely trying to exploit you and con you than actually make your life better. And some of them might even believe they're trying to make your life better, but at the end of the day, they probably just conned themselves into believing that. It really is, I think, miserable the way we have replaced what used to be a country of tight-knit local communities, people that were inspired with a love for one another and a hope in God Almighty, and we've replaced it with an unholy bureaucracy that's supposed to take care of all things from cradle to grave. And we think, oh, we figured it out in the 60s, and it's democracy from here on out. No, life changes. Right. You have to be dynamic. You have to be creative. And are we or our ancestors the chumps? The folks actually built this country up, and I mean everybody who built this country up, are we better than them? Or are they the ones that we're actually living off of still?
We're living off that, Joe. You know that.
And I just don't think voting was ever intended to be the most important right. The most important liberties are the ones instilled in the Bill of Rights. And they shouldn't be violated by anybody's vote. Yet that's where we are. If you can whoop up enough people, mobilize enough people, no liberties, and no amount of money is safe. And they'll sell it to you like you're standing up for democracy and all things that are good.
Of course.
It's a miserable farce. And yet it's what we got. So welcome to 2024, America. It's going to be a wild ride.
Yeah, it is. Better buckle up.
272-9228. More news and views. Final hour on a Friday coming up.
Joey Clark.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm John Scott. Ukrainian and Russian forces battling for a key village in southeastern Ukraine, with Moscow's forces pounding it with artillery amid Kyiv's grinding counteroffensive. Meanwhile, Russia has accused Kyiv of firing a missile at a city in southern Russia that officials say wounded at least 15 people. In consumer news, Ford recalling more than 870,000 newer F-150 pickup trucks in the U.S. That's because the electric parking brakes can turn on unexpectedly. The recall covers certain pickups from the 2021 through 2023 model years with single exhaust systems. Consumer prices are cooling off in the U.S. and Wall Street has moved higher. The Dow up 170 points, the Nasdaq adding 267. This is SRN News.
The recent bank failures are serving as a warning about how fragile our banking system really is. As millions of Americans panic, do you know what central banks are doing? Well, they're actually buying up gold at record levels. They're relying on it as a safe haven during these difficult times. That's how confident they are in the dollar. Hi, I'm Lance Wallnow, Christian author and evangelical leader to millions of people just like you. We're all Americans who want to protect our family's savings no matter what. I tell people the best option is to diversify their 401k or IRA into physical gold or silver with the help of Birch Gold Group. To see how it works, just text the word FAITH to the number 989898 to get a free information kit on gold IRAs. Look, there's no strings attached. It's not going to hurt you to take action now. So take the first step today and educate yourself. Get your free info kit when you text FAITH to 989898 right now. And I pray you and your family are greatly blessed.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Alabama Wholesale Lumber. Alabama Wholesale Lumber, the best quality building materials in the river region for decades. From common builds to special orders and local delivery. Call Alabama Wholesale Lumber.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. That heat advisory continues in effect through Saturday. A sun and cloud mix today. High temperature today and tomorrow in the upper 90s with the heat index both days as high as 107. That is dangerous territory. Widely scattered random afternoon and evening storms for some lucky towns. So the radar will be more active than any day this week. Low temperature down to about 77. Then on Sunday and Monday, the intense heat continues. Highs 98 to 100. Heat index near or above 105. And very hot all next week. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank has digital banking solutions to help you keep up. Check balances, pay bills, and much more. Learn more at cbsbank.com. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for information. Member FDIC.
1819 News.
The harassment trial for the director of the Alabama Department of Transportation has been rescheduled. John Cooper was going to be part of a bench trial in August, but that has been changed to start in January instead by Marshall County District Judge Mitchell Floyd. Cooper was going to go to trial the same week that ALDOT would be hosting its regional transportation conference in Mobile. Cooper is facing misdemeanor charges for harassing and threatening a neighbor over a land dispute at Lake Guntersville. The attorney for Cooper argued to the judge that the land dispute should be resolved first in a civil case before the criminal case continues. A civil case has been filed this month by Cooper against the neighbor, but a hearing date has not yet been set. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Are you enjoying 1819 News? If so, consider joining 1819 News as a member. As a nonprofit news organization, we depend on the support of Alabamians like you. Memberships start out as little as $5 a month, and you'll get access to exclusive content only offered to our members. You'll be supporting independent journalism done by people who cherish Alabama values. Become a member today by visiting 1819news.com and clicking Become a Member. That's 1819news.com and click Become a Member today.
More details are coming out about a multi-car crash that caused 4 people to die in June on the Baldwin Beach Express. David Colburn is charged with driving under the influence and causing that wreck. The toxicology report on Colburn has now been revealed by prosecutors during Colburn's first court appearance this week. The blood alcohol content for Colburn was more than double the legal limit. Prosecutors also accused Colburn of speeding at the time that he was driving, going 85 in a 55-mile-per-hour zone. A 14-year-old teenage girl is arrested for murder by Birmingham police. The teenager was connected to the death of 33-year-old Lakilo Cummings. The teen has been placed at the G. Ross Bell Youth Detention Center. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole. Is your cell phone or iPad cracked, broken, or not working right? Don't let the big carrier stores sucker you into a new $1,100 device. Let XI Repair fix your device today. XI Repair fixes cell phones, computers, laptops, iPads, game consoles, drones, and more. Their certified technicians fix hundreds of devices every day. When your device needs care, call XI Repair, 334-777-1234, or Google XI Repair.
Looking for insurance, or maybe you're just not satisfied with your current carrier? How does quality coverage with local service and competitive rates sound to you? The folks at Stark Agency offer just that. Whether you need insurance for your business, car, home, or life, Stark Agency can help. As an independent insurance agency with over 20 of the top insurance carriers, Stark is sure to find the perfect match for you and your loved ones. Visit their site at starkagency.com or give them a call at 334-263-5535 for a quote today.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader's my sidekick riding shotgun here.
I'm in the house.
Is that a Gen X phrase right there?
I don't remember where I got that from. I
In the
stole it from
house?
somewhere. Yeah, I stole it from somewhere. Probably another radio show.
You know, it sounds like you stole it from the black man.
I could see myself doing
Just
it.
like, I see. Yeah.
Cultural inappropriation, is that what I'm doing?
I mean, it's just a constant,
I am-
miserable story.
I am in the home.
Right.
Is that better? I'm
You
in
know
the
what
home.
Elvis's people, not Elvis himself, but you know how they stole from all sorts of folks, and
Or were they stole or were they influenced, Joey? Kind of like Led Zeppelin. Were they stole or were they influenced?
in some cases you can say influence. In some cases, like I think you stole that, and it's not. Again, it actually, in all seriousness, it's not Elvis. It was the people, the
Oh, yeah.
business people
Here.
around him, and all that stuff.
Sing this.
Yeah, like let's give this to the white guy,
Yeah.
and it'll be a big hit. And I think that's what you're doing with In the House.
All right, this weekend I'll come up with something else.
But how about this? Let's do something a little wholesome because we got more impeachment talk with Biden
All right.
and all sorts of stuff going on.
All right.
We got Kamala Harris saying they're trying to teach kids in Florida that slavery was
Didn't
good.
she get called out on that?
And yeah, there's a response. Actually, the guy who wrote the curriculum, who's a black man,
Yeah.
was on with Megyn Kelly. We might get to that, but I kind of want to do something like wholesome.
Okay, I'm down
And
with it.
this story came out like 4 days ago.
All right.
And so let's share this on the stream. Again, folks, we are live streaming the program. But this is, you see this kid? You know this story?
No, but that kid looks like a young Eddie.
Okay. Let's play the clip here.
Wasn't that fat, but I had that bad haircut.
Hold on.
What's up, man?
Hi. I just wanted to see if you knew any kids around like 11 or 12 maybe, because I need some friends, like really bad.
Oh.
So the house to your right, there's 2 kids that live there. Yeah, that direction.
That one or that one?
The first one that you pointed to.
This
Yes.
one? Okay.
So this kid is named Shaden.
Yeah, I saw this on the talk.
Yeah, and it went huge on the TikTok, but he's now 12. Shaden Walker of Amarillo, Texas. Shaden has autism, which means he has a hard time connecting with people.
Right.
But needless to say, Shaden needs some friends, don't we all? So earlier this month, he started to knock on doors asking folks, hey, I'm looking for some friends. So one of his neighbors was so just tickled by this kid. Like,
Right.
how adorable
They got to meet him in the
that
whole 9
is.
yards, yeah.
This guy who's named Brennan, his neighbor, posted a video like we were just watching. Well, a few days later, it had 70 million people.
Yep.
Well, they're not my friends anymore because they're bullies to me.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, man.
Oh.
They keep bullying me. Yeah, I'm just wondering though.
Nah, man, I've only got a.
I mean, well, do you have any kids?
Yeah, she's 2 years old though, man. I got a.
Oh, okay, that's great. Cause I love 2-year-olds.
Sell it, baby.
Oh, man. But apparently somebody also set up a GoFundMe.
Yes, they
and
did.
raised $37,000.
Yep.
And so he was looking for friends. Well, now Shaded has friends all over the world, in England, Australia, and even China.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah. On the talk, they showed the him and the guy at the house that he's at get together and with his wife, and it was a great moment, man. It was really just, like you said, a heartfelt moment. I really enjoyed it.
Right. That's awesome right there. And there are still, thank God, beautiful little moments like that in this world. That's, I think, what redeems the day often.
Yeah, Joey, it does, but, you know, I hope somebody went and talked to the other kids that were doing the bullying.
Don't give me all your GD negativity.
I'm not. I'm saying there was a lesson there and it should have been taught.
I was trying to make this a wholesome segment.
Very
Now you're
wholesome,
talking
complete
about
with a lesson.
You're talking about beating up little kids.
No. There's no beating. You just go and explain the situation.
Oh,
to
just
them.
explain the situation.
Yeah.
Because a 12-year-old bully is really, Eddie gives him a stern talking to. Act like I'm a 12-year-old bully. What would you say to me?
You want me to whoop your ass?
That's what I mean. Don't be talking about whooping any kids. This was supposed to be a wholesome segment.
That's how you start the conversation. And then when you end it, when you pull them in, just like when you go into basic training, Joey, they tear you down to build you back up. That's what you have to do with kids like that. Those are troubled kids.
Now, do you just come in hot like that, start threatening a child?
Yeah, it worked for me when I was a kid. I figured it'd work for others.
Wait, you were a bully?
No, but my dad would come in hot. And
Oh, okay. Oh.
So I've learned. You come in hot.
No,
it gets
but
everybody's
I'm
attention.
saying that you can come in hot without even saying a word, can't you, though?
Yeah, you can come in, with the looks.
Yeah, the look and just the silence. I think actually that's more effective than saying much of anything.
Yeah, but I'll start grinning. So
Right.
I got to
Right.
come in hot.
But anyway, stop threatening kids, man. We don't need that.
I ain't into bullying. You know what a bully needs? A good bullying. That's what they need.
Now, let's shift gears here. But first, this part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services.
Great folks, man.
Yeah, Ashley and her team really doing great work. You said they just had a big thing, right?
Yeah, they did. Let's see, they had an appreciation day at Biscuits Stadium. And it's a great company to work for, and they are hiring, by the way. But I believe it's once or twice a year they have an outing with their employees, and they took them to Biscuits Baseball Stadium. I wish we would have gone, Joey. We should have gone. But one of the people that I deal over there with the most is Zach. Zach called me yesterday. In fact, we're going to have Zach on the show.
Awesome.
He's doing some work for me at one of my houses, and boy, this was a bigger project than we both thought. But man, he is absolutely, every time he goes over there, I get a written report, but I also get a call from Zach. And it's great. He kind of tells me where we're at, what's going on, what we need to do to kind of fix this situation. I really feel like I've got a partner in that. And I don't know about other people, but in my world, I need to know the people that I'm hiring are competent and they're trustworthy. And I find both of that in him.
That's why you got to go with Pest Pro Services, folks. It's not just Zach; it's the whole team.
Oh, it's the whole team
they put together, and Zach's a big part of it. They do just great work. They're great local folks. So check them out today. You can always call Pest Pro at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. You can also go to ppsriverregion.com or just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces. They have a very active Facebook page.
Good Facebook page.
When you want to know, call a pro, Pest Pro Services, and be sure to tell them you heard about them here on News and Views in the afternoon. Again, 272-9228 is our number. Plenty of things going on, including all this impeachment talk.
You see that?
What? Biden will not pardon Hunter? Yeah.
You believe that?
No, I think he'll do whatever he needs to at the
so
end of the day.
So it never gets that far?
Right. I think he would do that if he needs to.
Sure.
I think they're just putting up a front right now, though. I mean, come on.
Well, here's another thought. You know, he can't do the drugs and all that. So he can't go see his lawyer because his lawyer's doing bong rips on the balcony. So how can you go see your lawyer and you're not allowed to do drugs, but your lawyer's doing drugs? Yeah. You didn't see that picture?
No, I did see it.
I mean, doing bong rips on the balcony, man.
I was like, what a great legal mind. I mean, I thought this guy was... So here's Biden, actually. He is responding to all this impeachment talk.
Okay.
So we might as well listen in together. Apparently, this is just a short clip of Biden essentially. Why would they impeach me? Why?
Republicans may have to find something else to criticize me for. Now that inflation is coming down, maybe they'll decide to impeach me because it's coming down. I don't know. I love that one. Oh, anyway, it's another story.
Yeah, that guy's really got his wits about him. Yeah, we did such a great job with inflation. No, y'all did.
Really? Well, he beat
just
cancer,
get ready.
or he cured cancer yesterday. So
It's miserable. It's so miserable. Like, oh, you just ripped people off. Not just you, Joe, but the Republicans too. You spend all that money and you ripped people off to the tune of 9-10% in a lot of cases. And you're sitting there celebrating that core inflation, which is what the Fed is judging all these interest rate moves on, it's barely budged.
Right.
So
After
good
all
that
that
you got the headlines. And I know the Republicans are hitting you all over the head. It was a talking point. It didn't work because everybody, I think, with a brain who cares about inflation knows they suck too.
Yep.
But the problem still remains. How are you going to make grandma whole who was living on fixed income? How are you going to make people whole who are just getting into, say, what should be home buying age at 20-something years old? But it's not because housing prices are through the roof. Yep. Why are places like BlackRock buying up 20% of homes?
So you can't?
To keep the prices up, too.
Right. But, Joey,
It's just, I'm tired of the lectures from Washington, D.C. I'm tired of Washington, D.C. being the fulcrum. Everybody goes, well, if we teeter this way, we'll get more jobs. No, if we teeter this way, we'll get more jobs. How about we stop making Washington, who's in charge of giving jobs away?
Good idea.
How about it just sink into the ocean? Ooh. After everybody evacuates, of course. 272-9228. Sorry, this is why I went to something wholesome and not Biden initially. But let's go to the artist.
Yes, that is correct. This is the artist.
Hello, the artist. How are you?
And I just want to say Eddie Bader was spot on when you're talking about bullies. Here's the way you take care of a bully. You look that little son of a bitch in the eye and you say, let me tell you something, you little bastard. I'm going to just go on and tell you right now, if you ever do that again, nobody's going to find you. And this is allegedly. Now, this is what I've heard. I don't know.
Wait, have you ever threatened a child? Well, you're on the record, sir.
No, I heard someone told me this story.
Oh.
Someone told me this story about it because there was some dude, and it wasn't a bullying situation. It was a dude that he really didn't want dating his daughter, and so now let me finish the story. You look him in the eye. You don't put your hands on him. That's the key. The key. You never touch him, but you look him in the eye, and just like Eddie, when he just giggled, that's when you look him dead in the eye and say, I'm not kidding you, little joker. You might use a different word than joker. It might be like a multi-syllable word that you use and say, I own 1,100 acres. I will cut your ass up into 1,100 pieces, and I will bury your ass in 1,100 pieces on 1,100 acres.
Whoa! Pump the
brakes! No one will ever find you. The coyotes will eat you, and you will never be found. Come back and mess with my kid again. If you want to bully my kid or mess with my daughter, it works on both ways.
It does. It's very universal.
I do not stand for bullying. I cannot stand that. It really, really hurts my heart when I see kids. But it gets to them when they giggle and you don't, and you get more serious, and your voice lowers. It doesn't raise.
Yep.
And say, try me, you little dude. I'll use that word. It's amazing. They never show back up to your house. Your daughter's crying the next day. My boyfriend broke up with me. And allegedly, the father's like, oh, I'm so sorry, baby. I hate that your boyfriend, Trey, from Highland Home broke up with you. That's so sad.
Wait, this is not you. This is a friend who told you the story.
No, this is a fictional story that I heard someone allegedly, I heard this. I even allegedly heard the story.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Eddie was spot on with his take on bullying. Yes, that's how you take on a bully. You over-bully them. That's how you take care of it. Either you can now see. Here's another thing that allegedly you can do.
Right.
All right. Allegedly, if you have knowledge of someone who is under the age of 16, you can encourage them to help you make the bully stop being a bully in alleged ways.
Right. Kind of puts you allegedly at arm's length. I got that.
Well,
Why do you keep saying allegedly? What are you worried about?
Well, I'm not worried about anything because I've never done anything of the sort. Not once ever.
Now, didn't you tell me one time you were polishing a disassembled shotgun and while you're giving this speech?
Well, sometimes you have to do that, Joey.
Well, just clean the gun.
Right.
It's not
Humidity
menacing
in Alabama
anyway.
is terrible on a gun.
Right.
You got to keep it clean. Hey, artist.
Artist, are you there?
I think we lost him.
You got all quiet all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think we
I
lost
brought
him.
up the shotgun. Interesting.
Interesting.
Maybe he muted himself.
Could have been. Could have been.
Oh, there he is.
There, you got me now?
Yeah.
I've been having issues with the phone side of my actual iPhone. That's funny. The texting and everything else works, but the phone, I've been having issues, and it really drives customers crazy.
You ought to talk to XI Repair about that.
If allegedly I had customers, if I was in a business that involved having customers, that's all alleged. But anyhow, Eddie was spot on.
Mm-hmm.
He got it down, and you accusing me of being, someone that you know. I believe if you go back and listen to every podcast of the history of News and Views, I'm pretty sure the artist has yet to ever call. This is my first call to this show. I just heard it today for the first time.
Well, this is a good sign because it felt like we were immediately old friends, and so let's keep calling because
by all means,
good to meet you.
If I can get my phone to work, I will. but anyhow, y'all keep up the good work. Love you guys.
Love you too, brother.
You too. The artist. Good to meet you. Wait, you said Randy wants to get back?
Yeah, he
on
wanted
there?
to finish his sentence there.
Hey, Randy.
Finish his thoughts.
Hey, yeah, I didn't get to finish my conversation. I was going to give you a news flash. But before I tell you that, Joey, you need to calm down. You're going to bust an artery.
That's the goal, Randy.
We don't want that to happen. But let me tell you have you had Barry Gilbreth on your show yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, he come on about 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Great guy.
I missed him. But the Stephen Reed cronies are a little worse.
You think so?
This is coming straight from a sidekick of his. Let me tell you what they're doing, man. This is a news flash. Is that they are out renting trailers from everybody that they can, and they're going to parade them through all the neighborhoods. They're going to put the Stephen Reed. If you go down Fairview, you'll see a trailer sitting there with Stephen Reed and some other woman that's running for city council or District 4. I don't know what her name is. But they're going to do parades through Montgomery and all the neighborhoods across the city. It's something that's going to happen within the next week. It's going to be, you'll see them trailers with Stephen Reed's sign in the middle of the trailer riding down the road everywhere. Remember I said that. They're a little worried about Barry Gilbreth.
Well, we shall see.
Yeah.
That come out of somebody's mouth today that's pretty doggone close to Stephen Reed.
Oh, boy.
But, and on the other hand, how's your mama and them?
All good in the hood.
All good in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
What would we just talk about with the cultural appropriation?
My mom lives in the hood.
Well, every place in Montgomery is becoming a hood, gentlemen, and it's sad to say.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you bet.
Well, at least it's all good there.
Yes, it's very good. Very good.
Yeah,
Like you're a 52-year-old mayonnaise-faced white guy using all these terms.
Dude, I just watched They Clone Tyrone.
Yeah,
All right,
is it good?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, I have to watch it this weekend.
And Jamie, what's his name? Then I say they call him Jamie.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx, yeah.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx. But Eddie, it's now all you got is the low-end hoods and the high-end hoods in Montgomery.
About right. I hate to say it, but you're about right now.
Yeah, I'm gone.
All right,
Appreciate
see
it,
you,
Randy.
Randy. Thanks, Brody.
Now, Eddie, do me a favor. Like, look right into your camera. I'm looking right into mine. And folks can now see us. We've asked this question before, but I want to appeal to the audience. Folks, do we look like we're on the right side of history?
What do you mean? I'm very much so on the right side of history. How am I not? You tell me. Oh, never mind. I'm on the right side of history.
Look at you, man.
Right. Overweight white guy. What is wrong with... What have I done wrong?
You got any tiki torches in that yard of yours? This part of the program brought to you by Carl Schmidt there at the Herb Shop. And at the Herb Shop Wellness Center, they can help supplement that health and wellness for you. It could be, hey, you're getting a little up there in years, and so you need some extra supplementation on crucial vitamins and minerals and nutrients that you might have a deficiency with. Of course, they can also help you if you're an athlete. You need that little extra in that regard. They can also help you, well, with some cutting-edge technology. Things like aromatherapy help get that sense of smell back. A lot of people long COVID lack that sense of smell. But it's also a great way to regulate mood. Like the peppermint scent gives you energy. Lavender chills you out. It calms you down. And, of course, they also have that X39, the LifeWave X39 phototherapy patch. It's a patch you wear up to 12 hours a day on the nape of your neck or right on your belly button. And through this phototherapy patented technology, what it does is stimulate stem cell production within the body. This is true reverse aging, where you're getting, well, an immune response, an immune system like you had 10, 15, 20 years ago. It's worked for me. Fixed a shoulder problem I have. I truly believe it worked. So check them out today. They're at the Herb Shop Wellness Center. You can always call Carl and his team at 271-2882. That's 271-2882. Or you can just stop by that brand new location for the Herb Shop right there at the Pepper Tree Shopping Center, nestled in between Marguerites and Jalapenos. You see it there in all its glory right off of Vaughn Road. And be sure to tell Carl and the team that Joey from News and Views sent you. More News and Views in the afternoon, well, after this quick break.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Picture this. A serene, tranquil resting place surrounded by nature's beauty. A place where memories are cherished and loved ones are forever remembered. We're talking about your final resting place, and it's never too early to start planning for it. Pineview Memorial Gardens in Wetumpka has been family-owned and operated for over 55 years. We understand the importance of pre-need planning. You can make decisions that reflect your personal wishes. You can choose the perfect location, whether it's a serene garden, a peaceful mausoleum, or a place in our cremation wall. Pre-need planning alleviates the burden from your loved ones during a time of grief. By planning ahead, you can secure today's prices, protecting yourself and your family from future cost increases. So why wait? Contact Pineview Memorial Gardens in Wetumpka today. Your final resting place should be a reflection of your unique journey. Take control of your future and make pre-need planning a priority. Pineview Memorial Gardens in Wetumpka, where memories live on.
Hey, we're talking to Tammy. Tammy, why does everybody loves Mama's Produce?
Goodness, there's a whole lot of reasons to love Mama's Produce. We got ice cream. Man, have we got some fresh peas. We've got fresh limas. We've got watermelons, tomatoes. There's a whole lot of reasons to love Mama's.
And Tammy, I understand you got some fantastic watermelons.
Actually, right now I've got in some yellow meat, some sugar babies, some seedless, and I've got some Jubilees that just came in.
And of course, Tammy, you keep everybody up to date on your Facebook page.
We try to. We try to stay engaged on Facebook, and if I don't answer you on Facebook or Messenger, I'll sit down at the end of the day and go through them.
Tammy, that sounds good. Now tell us where you are.
We're at 1154 South Memorial Drive in Prattville. It's about a half a mile south of the Midtown McDonald's, attached to Prattville Farm Center and right across from Pick Enterprise. Yep, we close at 5:30 Monday through Friday and Saturday at 2. Everybody loves mamas.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back, folks. You're listening to News and Views in the afternoon. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader in the house here.
In the house.
And we got plenty of calls rolling in.
Oh, yeah, man.
Let's go to Thunder. Hey, Thunder.
Hi there. How are y'all doing today?
Doing well.
Good. Okay, I've got some information on how to deal with bullies.
Okay.
First of all, start with the child that's actually being bullied. You take that child to a course that can teach him how to defend himself and how to deal with bullies. That keeps him from being a bully. It also keeps him from bullying anyone else. And then that child turns around and he protects those other people who are being bullied. We had a rule of 3 at my house. My son attended, 11 different schools by the time we registered him for the 10th grade because of corporate moves and just general attrition of going from one grade level to another grade level. But we also got him involved in full contact taekwondo. And the rule was, when a bully hits you, first thing you say is, I really don't want to fight you. The second hit, we don't need to do this. The third hit, you don't want to fight me. And after that, I didn't care what he did. He handled it. Needless to say, by the time we registered for that last school, and fortunately, by this time, most kids in the 10th grade have figured out you don't want to mess with kids like that. But anyway, they had the kids that had some level of problems had a school separate, but within the same high school that he went to. And they mainstreamed them in some classes that they could attend, and then they had other classes for just them. Well, I found out that what my son had done was he had seen some kid get bullied. And he went up to the kid doing the bullying, and he said, you need to stop that because this is my friend. Everywhere Patrick went, that young man suddenly was going to. When that young man had to go to his next class, Patrick just happened to be there to walk him to his next class. Then Patrick turned around and went to his other teammates on the football team, on the wrestling team, on the baseball team, on the track team, and he said, guys, you need to find you a kid, and y'all need to be taking care of that kid.
Yeah, look out for him. It's a good idea.
And that was how he put a stop to bullying at that last school he went to. To my knowledge, they still do that.
Well,
and it's very simple. You have to you have to give your child the confidence that they can take care of themselves, the confidence, the knowledge, the skills. And that puts a stop to bullying because they won't allow it. Because just like Eddie said, the best thing that you can do is to go up to some bully and say, either you knock it off or I'm going to make you knock it off. And you won't like how I end it. And until we stop putting up with bullying because their mommy might feel that their little baby got hurt and their mommy might be crying, until we put a stop to that, we will continue to have bullying. But putting a stop to it starts with teaching your child how to fight, and equally important, how not to fight.
Well, I appreciate that insight, that lesson there, but hold on. Eddie, you know the rules.
I tried to hold it. Please leave the room. I tried to hold it.
All right, but I just realized I have a unique asset. I don't have any children, but be like, if you don't stop it, bullying my child, I'm going to talk bad about you on the radio. I'm going to make you the example of everything wrong in this city, kid.
Well, I tried that with a realtor. They laughed at me.
That would be one way of doing it.
Well, I appreciate it, Thunder.
Hey, Thunder, you have a great weekend, hon.
Y'all do too. Y'all take care. Stay cool. Everybody out there, be careful.
You bet.
272-9228. Let's go to Fred.
Hey, Fred.
Good afternoon. Eddie, I'm really looking forward to coming fishing this afternoon or in the morning. I hope that invitation still
You bet.
stands.
But if you come this afternoon, just know it's kind of hot. And I'm out of beer. So the entrance fee is one case of Busch Light. That
Maybe
opens
we'll
the
do
gate.
Maybe we'll do it in the morning.
Okay.
Listen, I have a question that you guys are better than I am at. You know, I know the Gilberts. I know the wife especially. My wife has worked with her for 20 years. They are the most ethical, generous, honest people, giving back. They have kids. They're just the good folks. And I guess my question is Mr. Gilbert going to continue to take the high road, which I wouldn't be surprised, instead of the specifics about the things that our current mayor has done or has said?
Yeah, I gave him the opportunity. I think Barrett's going to continue to take the high road.
I agree.
But y'all know my interview style. I'm very deferential. I have a strategy when I do that, but Barrett did not choose to go down that road of going negative.
Right.
And I don't think he will, and I hope that doesn't, affect his win as being our mayor. But somebody needs to get on there and say, do you forget some of these things that happened, like the video about Maxwell and various things and other things. I respect, and I'm not surprised they're taking the high road, but is that going to get him into the mayor?
I don't know. It's always a long shot. It's always been a long shot that anybody could beat.
That's what we always say
Steve
we
Reed.
want, though. We always want that honest politician, right?
Well, we do, and, there's been some negative things about our mayor. And all the people that spoke about it months ago about, all that, that's my dog stuff, and et cetera, and other things. I guess I'm not surprised if he continues to take the high road, but I think that may be harder for him to win.
I agree.
Yep.
But we'll see where it goes. It's going to be a busy few weeks.
No doubt.
That election's on the 22nd?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he's one of the good guys, and I can tell you that. And some of the blacks and whites that were disgusted with, the mayor, I think maybe they have a short memory. I don't know. But maybe it's time for a change.
Well, I appreciate the call, Fred.
Thank you, Fred.
All right, man.
Have a good weekend, bro.
All right, you too.
Yeah, the critique of Stephen Reed I most often see online is you'll see videos of drive-bys and firefights there in the middle of the street.
I don't necessarily blame Stephen personally for that, but we need
But
need something.
He is the leader of the
Right.
city. And actually, the last time the mayor was on, I didn't have to drag it out of him.
No, he acknowledged it.
He very much said traffic enforcement and all these firearms that we're seeing out there on the streets. But the other critique I hear, and sometimes, folks, I try to parse this out. Again, maybe I'm being frustratingly fair and charitable here. But a lot of say you fire people when you become mayor, like from this department, that department. Or some of the stories is they made it so miserable that person quit. And then so you can hire the person you wanted to hire beforehand. And, sometimes that's, you'll hear from the person who got fired or their friend got fired. Of course, they're going to be upset about it. And then in other cases, it might be somebody who's like, no, I just care how the department runs. And ever since this change was made, it's not going great.
Yeah, but when there's been long-term people at these departments leaving, that tells me a lot.
So we'll see if it has any traction here. And it's Stephen, Barrett, Victorus, and Marcus. We haven't talked to Marcus yet, but we can reach out
Victorus,
to him.
I really enjoyed him. I went back and watched or listened to the interview again, I think the day before yesterday while I was working. I really like the guy. I really do. I hope he comes back on. I hope, even if he doesn't win, I hope it doesn't deter him, because we do need young people like him interested in local politics.
This part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health. And there at Montgomery Men's Health, well, they can help you men. It's right there in the name. They're reinventing men's health care here in the River region. And a true epidemic with men right now across the Western developed world, actually, real bad in North America, in particular the United States, is low testosterone. So the symptoms of low testosterone are things like just lack of energy, lack of motivation. Like, it's not just physical energy. It's that you feel sort of listless mentally, and you don't have much drive to go and get things done. You feel sluggish. You're falling asleep right after eating. You're not seeing any gains, and you're going to the gym. Maybe you're never even in the mood, too. Low libido, no sex drive to speak of. These are all signs, especially all of them together, that you might have low testosterone. Here's the good news. For only $99, and in about an hour, you can know your testosterone numbers there at Montgomery Men's Health. It's just a quick blood draw. Easy to work with, folks. And if you do, in fact, have low testosterone, they have treatments that can truly change your life. Most men after these treatments experience, higher energy, better gains in the gym?
Brother.
That's right, brother. Better mental clarity, improved sleep patterns. You might even notice an increased sex drive.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, Joey.
No, there's a lot of things right, in fact, with it. So call them up today, 440-3663. That's a good way to make an appointment, 440-3663, or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com, and be sure to tell those fine folks there at Montgomery Men's Health that you heard about them here on News and Views in the afternoon. Tell them Joey from News and Views sent you. Got to hit this break. We'll come back to those assembled on the lines.
Hello, fellas.
272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Finally, the Toyota store that gives you more. The all-new Toyota of Montgomery is here. With all-new management, all-new team, and all-new great attitude. Get more from your Toyota store. Over 400 new Toyotas are coming in hot and filling up our lot. Get your favorite new Toyota model, like the 2023 Toyota Camry, Corolla, RAV4, Highlander, Tacoma, Tundra, and more. All with our lowest grand opening prices and biggest grand opening savings right now. And come see how our new team is committed to serve Montgomery and give you the best service in the River region. And we'll always pay you more money for your trade-in. Find out how much and schedule an appraisal online at ToyotaMontgomery.com. You get more. You save more. A lot more. Get your new Toyota today before someone else does. And discover the all-new way to buy a Toyota at Toyota Montgomery. Shop online at ToyotaMontgomery.com.
Okay, what was that?
I'm not sure.
Electricity. It can be a little scary. Fortunately, the folks at Crosby Electric are experts, providing complete electrical services and keeping River Region homes and businesses safe since 1967.
I hate lightning.
Crosby Electric offers whole house surge protection to protect you and your possessions.
What I hate is being without electricity.
You never have to be. Crosby is an authorized generator dealer, sales, installation, and service.
Okay, our yard is dark.
Crosby does landscaping lighting for beauty and safety, as well as security lighting for all of your property.
Am I crazy, or did that light just flicker?
I'd say both.
And Crosby offers unique technology that pinpoints electrical problems even inside your walls.
Good night, honey.
Good night.
Sleep well tonight with no electrical worries. Visit crosbyelectric.com or call 272-2085. That's 272-2085.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. At PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Hey, this is Benji with Marguerites. The great thing about gold and diamonds is that we can make a ring that you have wore for 20 years look like the day you bought it. For example, if you have a white gold ring or rings that you have worn for some years, you can take it to a jewelry store and they will charge $150 to $250 to re-rhodium, polish, and clean your rings to get that look. You ask, what is rhodium? Rhodium is a very expensive, precious metal that jewelers use to coat white gold rings to make them extremely light, of course, to make them look brand new again. Marguerites has decided to brighten your summer with the complimentary rhodium and polish of your rings. As of today, until August the 5th will be here before you know it. Bring in all your rings at Marguerites. We will rhodium them at no charge whatsoever. So don't miss out on this great deal, because at Marguerites, of course, we make it. We really make it. We're open 7 days a week for your convenience. For all your jewelry needs, we are located at 8163 Vaughn Road in the Perpetuity Shopping Center. So come see us at Marguerites. Let us make all your rings look like the day you bought them.
Visit Marguerites now through August 5th for your complimentary rhodium and polish.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Rich Thomas weather brought to you by H&H Carpets, where you will find a complete line of Mohawk carpet with exceptionally clean, smart strand fiber. It's always available and ready to be installed. H&H Carpets, across from Walmart on the Atlanta Highway.
Rich Thomas weather.
Hi, everybody. No changes in our weather pattern for the next few days. Hot days and very oppressive nights, with the rain chances 20% or less during the evening hours tonight. Low temperature down to about 77. Then for tomorrow, Sunday and Monday, highs in the upper 90s again. Heat index near or above the 105 danger range, with widely scattered afternoon and evening storms, but few and far between, very isolated in nature. And we've got a very hot first week of August ahead of us, too. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Buying a package deal can mean you get more for your money. Wet Bobo with Capital Tractor, we create packages that pair the strength of Kubota equipment with implements that fit your needs, not implements you don't need or won't use. Kubota and Capital Tractor, Montgomery, Brundage, and Greenville.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. Let's go right to the phones and talk to Papa B. Papa B.
Papa B. Papa B. All right, well, Joey, now that we've established that I am in regular bed, I have a little bit of unsolicited parental advice.
All right.
For you. You know, Eddie can't help it. All right. He's from Chisholm. Okay, what do you expect?
North Chisholm?
North Chisholm.
What, hold on, Bobby B. What distinction does that, why does that even matter?
Well, literally the other side of the tracks.
You can't pay too much attention to what he has to say. What do you expect? He's a Chisholmite.
Right. Very proud of that.
Wasn't the Chisholmites one of the things that God warned the Israelites about? Right. I mean, it's right there in 2 Hezekiah 357, the Magnum edition version.
That's right.
The vile practices of the Chisholmites. So you gotta be careful who you associate with there, Joe. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just telling you now, thank you for the reminder, because I did have this thought the other day. It's like, Eddie, if you try me one more time, you're going down like the walls of Jericho. All right?
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, what about this Bankman-Fried guy?
Dude.
Get off scot-free. Nothing.
I think by election day, he will have no charges against him.
Yeah.
I bet they just slowly eating it away.
This guy, his skill set, the highest level of his education and skill set, is online video gaming. He doesn't know anything about international banking, or trade, or anything like that.
But they set him up. They set him up to be a patsy, but he ain't falling. So to me, he's got something else on somebody.
No, he's part of the club. I think this is a whole like, okay, kid, the jig is up. We got to make an example of you, but you're going to be taken care of. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what's going on.
I mean, it's either that or he's going to experience an Arkansas moment.
Or
that.
But,
you know, he ain't smart enough to have a dead man's trigger, I don't think. You know, he's got to be.
I wish he does. Somebody should tell him to go ahead and have that set up.
Well, yeah.
Oh, and by the way, on the crypto thing, there was some congressman this week who's like, Bitcoin and crypto are such a scam. They're just making money off of making money. Somebody goes, sir, you work for the United States government. Well, we make money off of making money, but we do it for the good of the people.
We do it for you, Joey.
Oh, sure. Why don't we ask the 80 mint people that want to be part of BRICS new gold-backed currency? Well, we do it for their own good. You know, it's just...
Yeah, I'll tell you something. I heard now from my brother-in-law, and I trust the source, okay, that a bank, I mean, if I were to say the name of the bank, you'd know who it was, actually has frozen the account of a guy simply on what he said, his social scoring or some kind of baloney like that.
Oh,
I don't know what to think about it. But yeah, I mean, I guess because of he's not following the company line or the wokeness or whatever. He's not socially acceptable. I don't know. It seems like there's more to the story, but I wonder if we're going to get to this point where, this social score, what do they call it? That
social credit score?
Yeah, social credit score. The Chinese that have it right now. We have it too already, by the way.
Oh, it is slowly being implemented more and more. They're just doing it in a more... China has a top-down authoritarian model. We have an oligarchic model where a few big players control everything instead of one inside group. I got to run, Papa B. I've got a lot of calls coming in.
Yeah, Papa B. But hold on, it's America.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Is that a good excuse?
I thought so.
It's America.
It's America.
Yeah. Let's go to Bill. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Bill.
Bill. Been holding a while. I don't want to just hang up on you immediately. 3, 2, 1, Bill.
Call me back, Bill.
Gonna put him on hold.
Okay.
Let's go to Biloxi Gambler. Hello, sir.
Hey, man, if Gilbreth doesn't use the stuff about Reed and the recordings, nobody's going to know about it. See, we live in a world where we think people know about it.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a medical professional yesterday because I'm an old man, and I mentioned about Hunter Biden's plea deal. They didn't even know Hunter Biden was indicted for anything.
Oh, most people are blissfully ignorant of most of the news.
They had no idea about having the baby with the stripper.
Oh, wow.
And the stripper being sued for preventing her from using the last name Biden. If he doesn't use it, he doesn't have a chance. But he's on an uphill battle anyway. he's not going to win. He's white. It's over. It's going to be, victorious? When Gilbreth announced, and then when he had fundraisers, if he doesn't see 40% black people in the audience, because the white people have left, if he doesn't see 40% black people in the audience, he should step down and put all his backing behind Victorious, because that man could win and pose a challenge. But if you don't bring up what Stephen Reed has said, and it's recorded that he said it, if you don't use that, you're just wasting your time.
Well, I appreciate the call, Biloxi Gambler.
Yeah, so Montgomery's going to really go bad, but I wish it was better. But anyway, bye.
Hey, bro.
272-9228. How about we hit this quick break, and then we'll hopefully come back with Ray Bowles and Prattville Carpet. Be right back, folks.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Do you have a cell phone or tablet that isn't charging, dying fast, or maybe the screen is damaged? Don't get suckered into buying a new one. XI Repair can fix your current device same day and in under 30 minutes. Their certified technicians fix and recover data from thousands of cell phones, computers, tablets, game consoles, and drones 7 days a week. Give them a call today at 334-777-1234 or visit them online at xirepair.com. This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The River Region's first and only News Talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome back to News and Views in the afternoon. Final segment here. Let's go right to the phones to talk to Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. Hey, Ray, how you doing?
I am busy as a bee. I don't have Inky up here working right now.
What?
I'm fixing to send her home because she fixed my spelling. Apparently, metal is not spelled Netail. That's how I spelled like 500 units on these.
I'm only laughing, Ray, because I can completely relate. You can ask almost any women in my life, my wife, or my partners in real estate. I'm the world's worst speller. I tell them I type with passion. I thought that would kind of cover for me. They said, no, you're just ignorant. So
yeah, I don't play with great accuracy, but with great feeling.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. No, I'm sitting here having to write down Tuesday, 8/1/23 on top of all these work orders, and I'm looking back to make sure I spell Tuesday right every time. I've only done it like 10 times.
It's so relatable.
Yeah, I keep telling Angie she married me for my looks, not my spelling.
I thought it was your great ability to put down some carpet.
Hey, when we got married, we didn't have squat. She married me straight up for my look.
Oh, boy.
I thought it was your love of dogs.
Nope, straight up look, right, baby. She absolutely saw me and said, that is the best looking man I've ever seen in my life. I've got to marry him, and the rest is history.
Wow. How did she get so isolated that you were the best looking man she ever saw?
Well, you know, and honestly, she doesn't want to talk on the radio, so she's not going to combat this conversation.
Good thinking, Ray.
So I can say what I want to, because
Yeah.
she's not going to argue with me at this point in time. Now, when we get through, can we make this an hour and a half conversation?
And Eddie, keep just letting the rope roll out.
Yeah,
let
that's right.
him. And so, wait, that number there, Prattville Carpet, still 285-8117?
It is. If y'all need a floor, please call us. We're open tomorrow from 9 to 1. We'll be here all next week.
Good deal, man.
Appreciate you, Ray.
Thank you, Ray.
Thanks, guys.
See you, brother.
Bye.
Always great having
It
Ray
is, man.
Bowles
I
on the
love Ray.
program. Great sponsor here. And thank you, Eddie.
Thank you, Joey.
It was a fun day.
We had a good day today. Good
Y'all
week.
Oh, yeah.
Next
I'm
week's
loving
gonna be even better.
I'm loving the live stream.
Me too. Although I got a lot of face. I got to do something about that.
You look fine. You're handsome. Y'all
Gotta
stay
wear a
tuned.
hat like you do.
Y'all stay tuned. Happy Hour with Greg Budell. He's next.